Hi, hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me? Hello, 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 everybody. How are you doing? How are you feeling? Hopefully, everybody's doing well. Feeling well. What's going on? KH Sorcerer, Gold member, Flash Monkey, Somber. Thank you so much in the hunt with a tier 1 sub. Subscribe for 59 months. Currently on a 59-month streak. And CT, thank you so much in the hunt with a Twitch Prime sub. Subscribe for 52 months. I very much appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for everything. Normally this is where I say that I'm sorry for the break, but I am not sorry for the break this time. It has been kind of a rough weekend. If you guys if you're on Blue Sky, you understand what happened. I'll go over it very quickly, and I won't really get into it because I kind of don't want to and kind of can't, and also because that's not what today is about. And I don't want you to think, by the way, I don't want you to think that I am powering through everything. I am feeling a little bit better. This is just kind of how it is. I don't mean I don't mean to brush it off in that way. I just mean that it's kind of how it is, in that it gets a little better every day. You know, it's a little bit easier, and some people understand, some people don't. But for anybody that does not know, Sage passed away. I had to make the decision on Saturday, and he had gotten to the point over the past week. I was off the week, and I was off of work the week, and he had just gotten to the point where he wasn't doing anything except being alive. You know what I mean? He wasn't really making it to the litter box. He wasn't really eating anything. He was getting up just to go and do those things that he wasn't even able to do, and he was having a hard time doing that. So I had to make the choice, which I would do for any pet. But it's not easy. Sage has been in my life for 19 years, and he has seen a lot of stuff. And, so this is just a weird, it's awkward in ways that other than just being sad, it's awkward in ways that I won't really describe. Cause again, this is not really what this is about. I'm not here to treat you all like my diary, but, it's rough, but we're getting through it. But to be completely honest with you, I think that this day is important for me. I think that this is going to be a very valuable day for me as far as my mental health, just because I am genuinely excited about this. I'm genuinely curious to see what we're going to see. And, I want to talk about it, and I want to hang out with everybody. And I know that this is like, up until this part of the year, this is the event of the year. You know what I mean? This is going to be the one. So I figured we would chat a little bit. Excuse me. I figured we would chat a little bit. I got the bingo card webpage ready, so I want to make a bingo card with you guys, and then and of course, the countdown is on. They loaded this up last night. How many people are watching this right now? There are 106,000 people on the YouTube page watching this screen. So that's kind of wild. Oh. But before I leave the subject of Sage, I also want to thank everybody. I want to thank you all for all the kind words, all of the love and support, all of the condolences, and even donations. I had a donation, so I you know who you are, so thank you for that. But I very much appreciate it. That definitely helps because Sage's final expenses are not cheap but manageable. I was able to take care of it, but it's so that definitely helps. We are for certain getting Silk Song this time. Absolutely. It's going on the bingo card free space. Shadow, what's going on? Lunch tomorrow. Lunch will be provided. Not for me. I know we're listening to, I'll send you my condolences and for you. Hope your day goes well and enjoy hours of discussion. I know we're probably going to talk about this for a little while. All right. 39 minutes away. All right. So here's what I want to do. So I have the bingo card here. I have not done any of this. I have not considered any of this. Now, I can also say that I have no expectations. I don't know. I don't know what to expect about this thing. We don't know what to expect about what the performance of the system is, what it's going to do. Like, I know I've seen people talk about we can be sure of, and I said, no, we can't be sure of anything. That's what's amazing. Here's one thing we can be sure of. So let's start the bingo card with the free space. Here's one thing we can be sure of. They will show the console. There we go. That's your free space. You're going to see the system today. That's it. There's your There's your confirmed, guaranteed 100% thing. At some point during the presentation, you were going to see the system. That's what. There you go. That's what you can be sure of. See, like Shadow. All we know for certain is a new Mario Kart. We know that there's a new Mario Kart coming. We don't actually know that we're going to see it today. They might not talk about it. We might see it in passing, but they might not talk about the game. That's why when I talk about like what games are we going to see, I want to know what games are they going to overview and what they're going to do. Thanks again. GameFlip, you're not at GameStop anymore. All right. So I forget how this works. This randomizes them, right? Okay, so this will automatically randomize them. Nate the Hate predicted there will be no 3D Mario reveal here. Well, 3D Mario is like Odyssey, so that wouldn't technically. 3D Mario is considered separate from Mario Kart. Because if that's the case, 3D Mario would also include Smash Bros. I still have insider info. Oh, okay. So. What is my first prediction here? My first prediction that we're going to see something about is I'm going to get this one out of the way. VR, AR. I am still of the mind that somewhere on this system there's going to be VR and AR. I don't know how they're going to do it. I am just of the mind that they're going to do this somehow. NSO update. New NSO system. Now, what I mean by system is, are they going to do GameCube games? Are they going to do TurboGrafx games? Something like that. Do we do Silk Song? Do we say Silk Song? Let's throw Silk Song on there. Come on. Let's throw Silk Song on there. Could you imagine? Hold on. Hang on. Imagine Silk Song. I'm going to be bold and say new F-Zero. Ooh. How about a soulless third-party update like EA's CEO show? No, this is going to be, as far as presentations, this is going to be a Nintendo event. You're going to see Nintendo presenters. You're not going to see anybody from another company. You might see an EA game or something, but I don't think you'll see another company. Hello, it's been a long time. Been a long time viewer. Today's the first time catching you live. Let's enjoy the live stream. Absolutely. Thank you, Thomas. New F-Zero. Do I think new F-Zero? I don't know. I don't know if I think a new F-Zero. Okay. I think they're going to discuss, because this is also the thing, is that we're also going to be talking about hardware updates and what they're going to talk about. Game in let's say enhanced gaming. So this is, your games now run at 60 FPS. You have different control options related to whatever new things that they involve. So I think that I believe they will talk about that. Hold on. I will say this, though. Free or pay. Chances of third party. Oh, no. Chances of third party being there are big, but not presenters. Like we're not going to see. We might. Wait, because that goes with one of my other predictions. Big bench game. Ooh, big benchmark game. Like, ooh. I'm going to put that. Gold, I'm going to put that. Big benchmark game. A game that we look at and say, there's no way that would have run on the Switch 1, which means the Switch 2 is something. Which means it's something powerful. I like that. I'm gonna steal that one from you. Chance of third party. Yeah. Dracoth. Okay, so what I was gonna say was chances of third party games being there are kind of big. I think that there's gonna be some there. I was gonna say the not presenters. I was gonna say you weren't gonna see like Phil. You know what I mean? You're not gonna see anybody like that, or Todd. Or you're not gonna see that. But then I thought, because here's one of my other ones. Are you ready? Halo. If this is the giant event that I'm kind of expecting it to be, I think there's a chance we see some kind of Halo here. Whether it's the Master Chief Collection, whether it is one of the newer games, it could be anything. But in that case, could we see Spence? Entirely possible. Todd Howard was there at the Switch 1 presentation. Todd Howard was in the Switch 1 presentation? Like in the event? That's what I mean. I don't mean like this is a crowd and he's going to be sitting in the crowd. I mean like, is he going to be like a presenter on the thing? Because I think this is going to be like a video package. That's what I just assume it's going to be. Was he in the video package? I didn't even remember that. All right. So with Halo, he was there. Yuji Naka. Yeah, I think it's more like it's going to be a video. Yeah. In a video announcing Skyrim. Could you imagine? I'm still trying to think of hardware. I'm working right now, but if there's one thing I want for the Switch to direct to do a 3D Mario game, have a good time watching it. I don't think they'll show a 3D Mario yet. I'm still trying to think of hardware before I completely move on to games. A new controller. I feel like a new Pro controller is a gimme. Right? I feel like that's a gimme. Somber. Mouse controller. I'd be curious to know if now that the Joy-Con have a mouse functionality, will they release an actual mouse functionality with it? Or like an actual mouse. Don't think we'll get a third Mario until next year or 2 years. So let's see here. Monster Rancher. Gotta work. I'll be listening once. Again, I get my condolences. Thank you so much, Flip. And again, thank you everybody for all of that. Let me use the SNES mouse. So mouse controller. Pack-in game. I don't think they do a pack-in game. OLED screen. Let's go OLED screen. I like that one. A new controller test a new controller test game that we might like. Oh, like something to actually use the controller if they do like a mouse controller or something. We're definitely not getting an OLED screen. Now, hold on. OLED screen could simply mean they're also announcing that there will be an OLED version. They could say that even if they mention down the line, this is going to be non-OLED and then later OLED screen. 4K resolution. I don't think they'll do 4K resolution. I don't know. I don't think they will. I can't really think of anything else. See, I said VR AR, which I think automatically, I was going to say like a VR headset, like something you put the Switch in so that it sits on your head. But I think that's kind of like obvious with the VR AR. Second screen integration. Like you use the big screen and your handheld. I don't know. I don't predict that. Dock improvements. I mean, the dock, I don't think the dock is particularly going to necessarily need to be improved. What I'd be curious about is, yes, a cross-gen dock, and will the dock improve the original system somehow? I'd be curious to know about that. How about a better home display? Oh my God, hold on. Yeah, wait. Themes. Do we think? I don't know that I think themes will be there, but I kind of want them there. Ooh, tactile controls either by finger or stylus. I'll tell you what I will put. I will say stylus. I don't know about tactile controls per se, but I will say that there's going to be some sort of a stylus, which I guess would also mean tactile controls. I think that that's an entirely possible thing. I think that they could sell like a Apple Pen. I think it could sell like a Nintendo Pen to go with your Switch too. Nintendo today mentioned what? What did they? Oh, dock improvements. Did they say that the dock will enhance your original? I think in a prediction video, he mentioned NSO to connect to the music app and letting the music be there for your system. Oh, all right. So hold on. So that's actually good. I like that. So hold on. So let's call that app integration. Oh, the Nintendo. I haven't checked my Nintendo Today app today. Let's call that app integration. So you can use your music. You can get Nintendo Today on your Switch. Let's call it that. I think that that's a pretty good idea. So what you're saying that the app Nintendo Today. I'm looking at it right now. I didn't see anything. I might have missed it. I haven't really been checking it. So let's call that app integration. Is that spelled wrong? Why is that spelled wrong? I think it's spelled wrong. Hardware, Halo 7. Well, I got Halo on there. I have Halo on there. I'm going to put this. See, I don't know. I was going to say big Sony game. But I don't know. I don't think that there's anything big Sony that's coming yet. I mean, we already have Everybody's Golf, so. All right, so what do we think about games? I'm going to group these two together. And if either one of them counts, either one of them is shown, how about Steam integration? No. If either one of these is shown, I'm going to count it. Somehow, Wind Waker and Twilight Princess. That's what I'm going to say. Somehow, Wind Waker and Twilight Princess. Price. I have been saying for a while $400. I think $400 is going to be the price. I really just want an official date for Prime 4. Oh, $500 due to tariffs. Do it like release date. We're pretty sure release date, right? Do I need to put release date on here, or do we think there's a chance they don't say the release date? I don't. I feel like the release date is almost a free space. Mother 3, Final Fantasy Tactics 2D HD, Silk Song, Final Fantasy 9 Remake. Ooh, Final Fantasy 9 Remake, new F-Zero. Release date, I would say September or October. Well, I was just wondering if we should even say what the release date's like, if they're even going to say the release date. I put mine in Discord yesterday. Big SE game. Could be Octopath 3. I don't think it'd be Octopath 3 yet. You know what? I'm gonna see. Oh yeah, come on. It's me. I have to put that. I'm gonna put a long shot here. I am predicting that tied to some other announcement, they are going to shadow drop at least one thing on the Switch One today. They're going to talk about Metroid Prime 4, and they're going to also say that Metroid Prime 2 and 3 are coming, but 2 shadow drops today. I'm making one prediction. ARMS 2. I am going to be completely honest with you. I don't think that's impossible. I don't actually think that's impossible. You know what? Look, I am going to say those, though. I am going to say Metroid Prime 2 and 3. Metroid Prime 2 and 3. Mario Paint 2. See, now that could be the game that showcases the mouse functionality. Do you think I should put Mario Paint 2? Do you think they'll showcase any games? If we see any, if we do see any games, mostly NSO content. No. I 100% think we're gonna see games. Yeah, absolutely. I think we're not only gonna see games, but we're going to see games used to show us the fun. Like remember in the first one when they showed us everybody, what was it? 1-2 switch. They showed everybody 1-2 switch, not just to show you that the game is there, but they wanted to highlight the motion controls and that HD rumble stuff. So I think there is something, like for the mouse controller, I think it's possible that they show us Mario Paint 2 to show you the mouse support. Yeah, if they did 3-4 switch, and they would say, oh, we're going to show you some special functionality or something. No, I definitely think we're going to see games today. I mean, it's an hour-long showcase. They can't just talk about the hardware for an hour. I don't think there will be any shadow drop. I doubt it. It's a long shot. But I'm curious. If there's Final Fantasy 9 in the showcase, what are the odds of the presenter say, I want to be your canary? Oh, and Stone, you said, you know I was memeing. Mother 3 is a meme. Final Fantasy Tactics has been, rumored for a while. Silksong we know is happening at some point. Final Fantasy 9 Remake we know is happening. And New F-Zero I don't think is impossible. All right, Ronan. Like a tech demo game for the mouse could easily be Mario Paint 2. What about Splatoon 4? Do I think we get Splatoon 4? I think it's early. I think it's early for Splatoon 4. I think this is another gimme. Obviously, I'm gonna say this as a gimme too. Metroid Prime 4. I'm also going to say, here's what I will say though. I think Metroid Prime 4 is going to be an overview. I think it's a gimme that we're going to see Metroid Prime 4. I think I think it being like an overview of the game, like a 4 or 5 minute, really like a little bit more of an in-depth view of the game, I think is probably more likely. New Monolith Soft IP. Something from Monolith Soft? I'll tell you what, because somebody said this earlier too. Something Monolith Soft. Is it all one word? And something SE. Let's be clear here. Something big from both of these. I don't know what it'll be, but I would say something big from both of these. I think we're more likely to see Xeno. Oof. We did get XCX recently, but we could get a reveal at least. It might be one game that's 2026 and beyond. Hey, Dragon. What do we got? We got 5 more. How do we quantify something big? That's a good question. How do we quantify something big? Skyrim port. How do we quantify something big? That's a good question. Yeah, because I don't know. Yeah, I guess something. Let's just say something. Okay, I'm gonna say let's say something Monolith Soft, but I will leave something big for SE. What I mean for something big SE is a big franchise, or a big game. Final Fantasy 16, Final Fantasy 14 coming to the Switch. Like, I think for SE, it's easy to understand that Final Fantasy 16 is a big game, and Various Day Life is not, right? I think that there's a clear enough line that we can understand it for SE. But Monolith Soft is a bit different because if anything comes from Monolith Soft, it's probably going to be considered big. A couple of Hail Mary predictions. Persona 6 and Resident Evil 9. Persona 6 is not a bad idea. Hey, Boktai. All right, so we got 5 more. I'm throwing it out there. It's not for me. It's for other people. I'm throwing it out there. Kid Icarus. I don't know what it would be. I'm just saying. I'm putting it out there for everybody. AC. AC. I don't know that AC is here. Visions of Mana port. That's kind of interesting. Syndicate's a good game. Yeah, I just wasn't really big into it. I never really tried them, to be honest with you. What do we got left? Oh. Metal Gear Solid Delta. Ooh, Fire Emblem. Do you think we see Fire Emblem today? That's huge. Smash teaser or Star? Okay, if I had to pick new Donkey Kong, did I put down Star Fox? Do I think Star Fox? I have a good. I don't know. I have a good feeling about Star Fox. I don't feel good about Fire Emblem. I don't know that I feel so good about Donkey Kong.
Friend request incoming.
Oh, thank you. Game and Munch, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that. Monolith's been hiring people for the next project, but they could also have been doing busy background work for the launch titles. Also, if they do have a new Xeno game, it won't be a Chronicles game, as that series ended with 3. No, it won't be a Chronicles game. So it could either be a new franchise, a new entry in the Xeno franchise, or if they have somehow, and don't say they can't, don't say it's impossible. You know how I feel about that, because it's not nothing is impossible as long as money's involved, unless they somehow have access to Xenosaga or Xenogears. If Monolith Soft has somehow acquired the ability to work on those games, they could show that now. There have been rumors of an FE remake for years. That's not. I mean, I don't think that another FE is not going to happen. I just mean, do I think we'll see it today? And I don't know. I don't know that we see it today. We got 3 more. Kid Icarus, Star Fox. Do I think it could? I don't think we'll see F-Zero. I wouldn't be shocked by Xenogears since Square is doing Xenogears a concert. Arkham Origins. Have you mentioned the C button on the right Joy-Con? No, because I don't know what that's going to end up being. That could end up being just a camera button. It could be related to, if there is VR, AR, it could be related to that. That could be the button that turns on the pass-through camera. Oh, we need one indie game. Well, we have Silksong. What's an indie game entry that I think we see here? Oh, Resurrected IP. I had specific ones here. Let's go with that. Let's go with Resurrected IP. This is going to be something that hasn't seen an entry in 20 years. Whatever that may be. If we get a new urban champion, that's going here. The current rumors that let you connect 2 Switches together for 2-screen gameplay. Didn't the first one do that? I thought the first Switch did that with a couple of games. Golden Sun. A console Golden Sun game would be crazy. I think they mentioned digital game sharing feature from the last direct. Oh, yeah, maybe we'll get more info about that. Let me cope. Golden Sun would go crazy. Yeah, I thought the two consoles working together thing was a thing for the last system and nobody used it. So we got two more. Difference according to this rumor, it could have one docked and one in your you could have one docked and one in your hand. Okay, so all right, so I'm going to go back to something that somebody said earlier, and I'm going to group all of this together if you don't mind. I'm going to group this together. Somebody mentioned two-screen functionality, which could be like the DS functionality. So you'd have the screen and then you'd have the one screen on the TV and the other one, or you could have two switches. I'm going to group that with this. Because I think that's a possibility. So I actually will group it with it. I didn't put it down because I wasn't sure yet. Hi, Logan. So I think that some kind of two-screen integration. There was the thing in 51 Games Collection where you could put two switches together and make it larger. Okay, so it was 51 games specifically. It was that one specifically. Yeah, okay. Or just a screen attachment. Dude, yeah, so, I mean, even if they said, hey, we're going to give you a second screen that you can buy and attach to it, I think that would still count. Like an add-on device. Like an add-on.
We've got a friend request.
Vandrellen, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that. So the last game, or the last thing, what do we think the last thing is that goes on here? Do we think it's a game or a function? Hey, Amanda. I won't tell if you won't tell. It'll be our first secret. Mm-hmm. I'm also currently logged in GameStop and Best Buy just in case pre-orders go live. I don't think they'll say this. So I'm curious if I want to put this on here. Do you think they officially send their new game price up to $70? And if so, do you think that's something they'll say here? I'm so tired. I'm sorry, Amanda. I am Amanda. If it helps, I'm tired for different reasons. I'm, life has been pretty sucky. I'm curious whether or not they will send the games up to $70, and if so, I'm curious whether or not they'll say it. Oh, later, look, have a good one. We'll probably see you on the other side. Yeah, life has not been holding back. This 2025 has been brutal. Yeah, they said before that some games will be 70. So yeah, I guess the $70 thing is kind of tricky for them because they don't sell all of their games at $70. They've regularly released games at lower prices. So yeah, I feel like $70 is wrong, or is not gonna happen. And if so, it wouldn't happen here. I wouldn't be shocked if they do. I feel if they do, they have to say here, or people will be pissed later. Boktai, I'm getting by. It has not been a great year so far. It's been, I don't know if you were on Blue Sky or not, but it has been pretty rough. Which I won't get into here. Thank you so much, Game Freak. I appreciate that. How about select older titles appearing on other consoles? No, I don't think so. I don't think that's. I just don't think they'll do it. We already have $70 as the norm because they constantly release digital deluxe editions at that price. Yeah, but they are considered deluxe editions that come with extra things. That's why. With that kind of logic, Gold, we can say that games are well over $70 because they sell a whole bunch of extra crap with them. I need to go teach my class. I wanted to pop in and see what is on your bingo. I hope for Final Fantasy IX. So a couple people mentioned Final Fantasy IX. Do we think we see Final Fantasy IX here? I think it's too early. Because the sum 70 was because the Switch was not PS5, Xbox levels, but now the Switch 2 is. Yeah, so I think that that's entirely possible. I think that I'm going to leave it on there. I'm going to leave it on there. All right, so hang on. I think it's this. So now, all right, so that save image. So I'm going to just put this on my desktop. And hang on a second here. So where is it? So what do I do? So I just leave it and then what I can check it, or I don't know. I'm just going to take a picture of it. I'm going to take a screenshot of it. Hang on. Good old trusty Microsoft Paint. So, right? Yeah. So just right click and save image. Will that work? Just save image. I saved it, but it saved it as a web page. Let me see if I click it. What happens if I click it? See, edit overlay. I think it saved something else. Hold on. And give me a second here. Hang on. JPEG, our favorites. Switch to bingo. Okay. All right. So now I can. Well, this is good because now I can keep it in Paint right in front of me, and then I can just mark it down as I need to. Okay. So there is my Switch 2 bingo card. So now let's switch. Ooh, Dragon Quest 12. Yeah, that should have been what I did. To be fair, Final Fantasy 9 rumors. Huge rumor last year is Square really wants to get behind a Switch 2 launch. I'm going solo. PS5 has been less ideal for them, which is why I think that we're going to see something. I think that we're going to see something big from Square Enix. I think that we're going to see and when I say big, I talked about this earlier. When I say big, I mean there's no way that I thought they would release that on the Switch 2. So that's going to be Final Fantasy 14, 15, 16, the 9 remake. If they show the 9 remake here, Dragon Quest 12, I actually think is probably more likely. Possibly. Can we finally get folders on the home menu? No, you'll get 2 themes and you'll like it. Finna, 7 remake. Like, if we get 7 remake, that's huge. There are 385,000 people watching this right now. 385,000 people. Crazy. Oh, man. I mean, this is it. This is the event, man. I mean, I hope you guys have your bingo cards. Are there anything on your bingo cards that I don't have? Like, what do you guys think legitimately is a possibility? Marcos, thank you so much for the 100 stream streak. I appreciate that. I have Halo Collection on mine. I do. I definitely have Halo Collection on mine. Is my video playing? I have a countdown on mine. No, it's not. Hold on. Let me refresh. No. You have yours is doing something? Mine isn't doing anything. Where's my card? My card is here. My card is here. We are ready to go. The US and UK have different layouts. Okay, yeah, I know it'll do something when it starts. That's why I was curious about it. Oh, I watched this. Somebody mentioned the Gradius Origins video, like the actual video trailer. It looks really good, man. I'm actually genuinely excited for that. How long did they say the presentation is going to be? 60 minutes. This is an hour-long presentation. I probably should have gotten up and gotten more coffee. I don't know. Maybe if they show an EA game, I'll take a break. The UK has no chat and a countdown. Okay. I wonder why. I mean, we have a chat here, but I close it. I mean, normally I don't get a countdown until a minute. I saw Star Tropics mentioned in chat earlier. I wouldn't mind Inti create Star Tropics would be incredible. Yeah, I'm like, now I'm worried. Refresh the window. Hit play. That's why if this is showing pause, then that means it's playing. I feel like I should have worn a suit. I know a lot of people were asking me about that. To be honest, if I'm going to be completely honest with you, if things were going a little bit better right now, I probably would be a little more like doing this up a little sillier. But for right now, I'm just kind of like, I kind of just want to watch this. I'll be honest, this is actually just really helping. It's been kind of blah, obviously, for a little while now. So this is actually good. I'm able to smile and laugh with you guys, and this feels. I was a little worried. I was genuinely a little worried. Here we go. Wear a suit on top, boxers under the desk. I was wanting one of those tuxedo T-shirts. Only 3 students? Yeah, they're at home watching the direct. I actually took a personal day off. I just was on vacation last week, but because of everything, I needed to take another day, and I was like, I'm going to take today. All right. Marcos, good point. If you are ahead for whatever reason, for the love of God, please don't spoil things here. Let us watch them first. All right, bingo card ready to go. Let's go. Here comes 2. Here we go, everybody. Oh my God, they're making it in different shapes. I was ahead, but I paused mine to sync up. Oh, thank you. That's why we're here. Thank you so much, Game Freak. I appreciate that. Let me know if it's too loud, not loud enough. Mature rating. Let's go. Are they opening with Mario Kart? Wow. It's a bit loud. Yeah, let me tell you. It's a bit loud to me too, actually. Let's go. They're opening with Mario Kart. Crazy. You say, of course. I don't know. I don't feel like that was to open with it. It's a bit of a surprise. It's such a high-profile thing. I felt like they would save this for later if they showed it at all. Oh my! Jet skis. Did we see jet skis? Oh God! Look at the grass. There isn't even any grass. Oh my God! 24-player Mario Kart. We're all playing together. What? The cow! All right, the cow. You can add anybody. Dude, Hammer Brothers. Is Hammer Brother always there, and I just don't ever play him because I only ever play Daisy because she's the best? Oh my god. Tell me there's different outfits. Oh, there are. Well, there are different outfits related to the vehicles. The bullet bike! Was that my bullet bike? Is it going to be OP again? Playable cow! I can't believe they copied Sonic. Mario Kart World. There you go. There was a question of whether or not it was going to be 9 or 10 or whatever.
Hello,
it's
everyone.
Mario Kart
I'm
World.
Koichi Kawamoto, and I'll be one of your guides for today's Nintendo Direct. I'm the producer for Nintendo Switch 2.
I'm Takuhiro Dota, the director for Nintendo Switch 2.
Wow, Mario
And
Kart
I'm
Open
Tetsuya
World.
Sasaki, the hardware design lead for Nintendo Switch 2.
What you just saw was Mario Kart World, launching exclusively on Nintendo Switch 2.
See, yeah, Marcos, you say 10. A lot of people say
What do you
10. A lot of
think
people
this
say
brand new
9
Mario Kart
because they
game
don't
will be
count
like?
Tour.
A brand new entry in the Mario Kart series is launching exclusively on the Nintendo Switch 2 system. Welcome to this vast world.
Wow.
Kart races are held throughout various regions that span the globe.
I mean, unless there's a sort of world tour mode where you can
Depending on the
drive
time
from
of
one
day
course to
and
the
weather
next,
conditions, the atmosphere will change.
it's basically just an overworld map where all the courses are. Oh my god.
And in this Mario Kart game,
Wow.
you can go off the racetrack and drive virtually everywhere in this world. In the classic Grand Prix, race through 4 courses in a
What?
bid for first place. But don't sleep at the wheel. You'll also drive to the next course as part of the competition. With 24 drivers in each race, the most in series history, the competition is gearing up.
Holy smokes.
Introducing Knockout Tour. Race non-stop from one corner of the world
Oh
to
my
another.
god, you really can drive everywhere.
There are multiple checkpoints along the way. If you're below the placement
You
shown
thought
when
I was
hit a
meaning when I said
checkpoint,
open world.
you'll be eliminated.
No, it really is.
Can you make it all the way to the finish line?
And you can just drive around. That's
You can
sick.
also freely drive around this vast world
That's
in
pretty
free
sick.
roam.
This is going to be so relaxing.
By going off-road,
Oh my
you can
God.
explore new areas and routes. So drive wherever your heart takes you.
Oh my god, that's so relaxing.
You can
There's
also
your
go for
F-Zero.
scenic drives with friends.
Oh, the grass looks
Even take
amazing.
photos together at different locations.
Holy. Wow.
Brand new race across the entire world starts here. Mario Kart World.
When Mario Kart
The
World
game
releases,
launches on the same day as
it's a
Nintendo
launch
Switch
game.
2. More details.
Oh my
about
God,
this
I thought that
title
was the
will be
release
shared
date.
in an upcoming Mario
It's
Kart
a
World
launch
Direct.
day game. Oh
So
my
be on the
god, we're
lookout
playing
for more
Mario Kart
information
Tour
in the
all
future.
day. Holy.
Mario Kart World launches on the same day as Nintendo
I thought,
Switch 2.
yeah, Dragon, I thought they'd start with the
We'll
hardware.
share more details in the future, so we hope you're looking forward to it.
We're going to play Mario Kart World
Next,
all day.
we'd like to introduce some of the new features of Nintendo Switch 2. These are the Joy-Con 2 controllers for Switch 2.
I mean, they know how to do it. They hyped
And on the
everybody
right
up.
Joy-Con 2, we've added a new C button. Let's take a look at some new experiences it offers.
Maybe this is how you integrate with other
I'm so
stuff.
ahead of all of you guys. That was you. So quick.
They're integrating the chat.
Wait, no.
We're saying capture. Does it mean chat?
Introducing Game Chat.
They're
a new
integrating
feature
Game
for
Chat.
Nintendo Switch 2.
It's a chat button, not a capture button.
Hi, missed you.
With this feature, you'll be able to communicate with friends and family while playing a game.
Should we follow you? Yeah.
I know that this is not a new feature, right? That other companies have done this kind
While
of stuff.
using the game chat feature,
But this is kind of
your voice
huge.
is recognized by a microphone built into the system.
Nintendo still hates
Okay, but you're still
Discord.
behind me, right? All right, let's keep going. Okay. So-
It can pick up your speaking voice clearly, even from a distance.
Oh no, slurs are coming to Nintendo.
All right, let's keep going. Let's make a left right here. Let's make
That
a
we
When
can
it's
be
noisy around
toxic
you,
in
your voice
Nintendo
will
games
still
too.
come through clearly, letting you chat with ease.
How did you get hit by a bow?
Okay, nice.
It does look.
Yeah, it's new for Nintendo because they're
And
10
you can
years
use
behind.
this feature in handheld mode too, letting you easily chat. with
Wow,
friends and
that's kind of
family.
huge though.
If you open the chat menu,
Assuming it
and
works
turn
well.
on game screen sharing,
One thing I like about the game chat for stuff like this, I remember we talked about it for Splatoon, is that let's say we play Splatoon,
Really?
we can be 8 people in the room, but then when we break down into the teams, it should split the chat up into the teams. And screen sharing, but it's not the best resolution.
okay.
It's not the best
Chat to
resolution.
your heart's content, even while playing different games.
Yeah, I think it's just that you have a general idea. I mean, that's not too bad.
Oh wow. I'm like in the sky right here. I'm like, I fell. I'm falling. Okay, we got it. We're safe.
Letting you chat with ease. I can talk with Adol?
So cute.
You can adjust the size of your game screen.
Everyone playing Mario Kart World plays Balloon. Yeah, why was the one person playing Balloon Fight?
Where'd you go?
Or expand another
Great, now
friend's
you guys
game
can watch me play Galgun.
You gotta get above that wall that's to your left.
You're almost there.
It's just like the wall. Like if she gets past the wall.
That's funny that we were all thinking capture and it's chat as the C button.
screen, so everyone can watch
That's
them
kind of
play.
sick though.
Oh, I think I know where you are.
It's also a new pro. Yeah, I thought I figured putting a new pro controller was kind of a gimme.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, nice.
Let's take a picture here.
Okay, are you ready?
Smile.
Confirmation that the Switch 2 can play
Oh,
Switch
yeah,
1 game.
that's it.
I thought they confirmed that. I
On the
could have
right
sworn they had
Joy-Con
confirmed
2
that.
controller, there's an additional button. With the C button, you can pull up a chat menu.
Okay.
A really. Wait, actually, guys, I got a call coming right now, so
Call?
I'll be right back. Yeah.
I mean call.
Here,
Oh.
you can quickly and easily
Oh my god,
mute
I thought you
yourself
could
and
integrate your
more.
phone.
And there's this. By connecting this camera to the system. Hey!
Hey, what's up? Hello.
Wow.
Yo.
This is
Hi, how's
a
everyone
little
doing?
crazy.
Good?
You
Nintendo
can appear on
nudes.
screen and video chat while playing a game. Your face is on here.
That's Cam Girls coming to Switch 2.
Here's how
In more ways than one,
camera.
Shadow.
I'm way behind.
This seems unsafe. This is very Nintendo.
Wait for me.
Please look forward to
You know what's
games
funny?
which use your camera feed like this.
I want to say that it seems unsafe, but is it any more unsafe than any other company that has done this? Is it any more safe? Is it any more unsafe than your cell
Using
phone?
game chat. Even when you're apart, you can play games and hang out as if you were together in the same room.
I mean, I
Play
think the majority of
together
people
or
won't be
compete in
buying
online
that. This
multiplayer
is kind of
games.
wild. Not to mention,
Chat while
we
playing
need
your
to
personal
see with
favorites.
Nintendo's history of internet, we need to see how well this all
Set your
works.
own rules for a retro game competition. Or hold a sports competition between families. All together.
Yeah, somebody else was saying that,
anytime,
Marcos, that the Pro
anywhere.
Controller was there. That's why
Chat.
I feel like it's a gimme that there's going to be a new Pro Controller. Whether or not they show it as a different
What did you
thing.
think? In developing Game Chat, our goal was for you to enjoy playing online with others more closely.
I won't call this two
including
for my
family
bingo
and
card. I
friends.
won't call this two-screen
Almost as if you're all
functionality.
playing together in the same place. The camera you saw in the trailer is the Nintendo Switch 2 camera, which will be available on the same day as Switch 2.
They're not saying
A
prices
Nintendo
for any
Switch
of this
Online
stuff.
membership will be
Oh no, sorry,
required to use Game Chat.
I figured that.
However, since we'd like as many people as possible to experience Game Chat, it will be available without a membership for a limited time. We hope you'll try it out.
Okay, so you can use Game Chat for the
Additionally,
next
Game
year.
Chat supports the Nintendo Switch Parental Controls app, and different settings can be adjusted. For example, whether parental
Okay, yeah.
permission
See,
is always
that's why.
required
As
when
far
a
as
child
safety
wants to
goes,
use Game Chat
this
to
is
play with
that's
their
the
friends.
obvious.
We'd like to introduce another new experience you can share with family and friends. On Nintendo Switch, even if you just have one game, you can pass a Joy-Con controller to a friend and play together.
Okay.
But on Nintendo Switch 2, you can play together locally on multiple systems using just one game with Game Share.
Game Share.
As
Do we
shown
think that
here,
this counts as
even
the
games
screen
that require
functionality?
Multiple screens can be played if one person owns a compatible game. With Game Share, you can temporarily share compatible games with others who also have Nintendo Switch 2 or a Nintendo Switch system.
Yeah, I don't know that this is
You can share a
exactly what
game
I was
with up to
thinking.
3 other systems at a time. Game Share also supports online play.
Because this
with
is
other
just one
Switch 2
screen to many
systems.
people. I was
And you can
thinking
use it with friends via
one
Game
game
Chat,
using 2
which we showed
screens.
earlier.
Like, does that make sense? Like a
Game
DS.
Share can only be used with compatible games. This feature is planned for several titles, starting with a free update for Clubhouse Games 51 Worldwide Classics.
Yeah, the
on
PSP and
Nintendo
DS
Switch.
had this feature.
Game Share
Yeah, the
support
DS had-
is
you're right,
also
the
planned
DS
for
had this
select
feature.
games exclusive to Nintendo Switch 2, so we hope you'll look
Okay.
forward to it.
So that's
Up
interesting.
next, we'd like to show you the Nintendo Switch 2 system itself.
Okay.
Please take a look.
Oh wait, hold on. My bingo card. They showed the console. There you go.
At 7.9 inches, Switch 2 has a bigger built-in screen. Here's how that compares to Nintendo Switch. The system's thickness remains the same.
A bunch of updates will work for the Switch One. I'm not calling that shadow
With
drops.
approximately double the pixels compared to Switch, you can enjoy games in greater detail on the 1080p screen.
1080p screen. We kind of thought that was a gimme.
The screen supports up to 120 frames per second, allowing for smoother gameplay in supported titles.
1080p,
The LCD
120
screen is more
hertz.
and supports
Goated.
HDR, providing more contrast between light
HDR.
and dark areas. of
Goated.
images.
That is what we should be doing.
The all-new Joy-Con 2 controllers connect magnetically. Strong magnets keep the controllers firmly attached to the system. Detach your controller
Will the games
easily
run at
by
120?
pressing the release
Good
button on the
question.
back.
I just need them to work at 60. But goated.
SL and SR buttons are bigger for greater comfort and control.
That
when
is
playing with a Joy-Con 2
huge.
held horizontally.
For me.
The left and right
Yeah, I like the
sticks
magnets.
are now larger.
Mouse controls. Any
Each
word on
Joy-Con 2 controller can be used as a mouse
What
to
are we-
play with compatible games.
What are we doing with
both
drift?
the left and
Oh,
right
both of them
Joy-Con
use it.
2
Okay, good.
support mouse controls.
Improved speakers. I don't really care.
By adjusting the audio balance between the ranges, sounds from the built-in speakers are clearer
Yeah, okay.
and more natural in handheld and tabletop modes.
Yeah, they jumped over the sticks really fast.
It has a built-in microphone.
So much of this is
so
smart
you can voice
upgrades.
chat with friends anytime via Game Chat.
They are. Some of these are very, very good.
It also uses noise-canceling technology to filter sounds, so your voice will come through clearly.
Okay. 3D
Even if
audio.
you don't have a surround sound system, games can be enjoyed
Actually,
with
this
more
is kind of
immersive,
interesting. Will they release
three-dimensional
custom
sound,
headphones?
as if it were coming from all around
I
you.
wonder if they'll release first-party headphones. That worked.
Place your Nintendo Switch 2 however you like with a large, sturdy stand.
Can I just use my headphones?
You can
Yeah,
move
there's a
freely,
headphone
like
jack right
this.
on top.
In addition to the USB-C
I'm half deaf.
port found
3D
on the
audio
bottom
means
of the
nothing to
system,
me.
there's
1.5
one
audio.
on top as well.
What does that mean? I'm sorry.
It's handy for connecting a USB-C camera or charging in tabletop mode.
There's a headphone jack on the Pro Controller, which I think the Pro Controller now has that, doesn't it?
Nintendo Switch 2 comes with 256 gigabytes of internal storage, 8 times that of Nintendo Switch, for storing your game downloads.
You know what I'm thinking of? I'm
save
thinking of like
data,
the
and
PS5
more.
controller. PS4, PS5.
Reading and writing data is also faster.
Oh,
Use the Nintendo Switch 2 dock to connect to
It
your
will
TV
be
and
4K.
enable up to 4K resolution for compatible games.
will the 4K
HDR
120?
is also supported in
Frame
TV
rate is
mode.
fixed to a maximum of 60 FPS. It is 4K.
The Nintendo Switch 2 dock has a built-in fan that keeps your
Ethernet.
system
Well,
cool. This helps keep performance stable.
Nice. AGM, the OLED dock has an Ethernet port on it.
On Nintendo Switch 2, you can play Nintendo Switch 2 games.
Say it.
As well as compatible Nintendo Switch games.
Hold on.
Physical and digital games are supported.
Say it. Say it. No, he didn't say it yet. Hot take, it makes it enormously easy if you're a streamer to travel, so be able to stream while keeping very light load.
As you just
Absolute.
saw,
Oh, yeah, you're right
Nintendo
about that.
Switch 2 isn't simply an improved Nintendo
didn't say it.
Switch.
I feel like they're going to
We
save this for
redesigned
later.
the system from the ground up and packed in lots of new gameplay
I'm waiting for
features.
them to talk about the enhancements
And
to older
to help
games.
players better understand the Switch 2 hardware, we're currently developing this game.
Oh, here we
Mr.
go.
Kawamoto.
Here's your tech demo game, everybody.
Hello. My current location is actually inside the game itself.
Is it Garage? Are they
This
using
is
it?
Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour.
Okay, wait a minute.
Exclusive to Nintendo Switch 2.
Here we go. This is going to be the best game on the system.
I'm standing over here.
Oh my
Okay,
God, this is
everyone,
kinda cool
join
looking.
me inside the game. There are a lot of question mark icons here. Let's examine them.
Is this built in? I think
sign
this is going to be
reads,
built in.
Where are the magnets? The
Built
Joy-Con
in
2
or
controllers
downloadable?
Attached to the system with magnets. And those magnets are inside the system. The SL and SR buttons on the Joy-Con 2 are made of metal,
No me's?
so that's how they attach
Yeah, you're
to
right.
the system.
What's the me?
A magnetic circuit is formed between them, so they won't easily detach.
This is very reminiscent of Astro's Playroom concept.
Through examining signs like these, you can discover all sorts of secrets about Nintendo Switch 2. Another example, the Joy-Con 2 controllers have mouse controls. And when combined with the gyroscopes, you can even do something
To
like
be
this.
fair, Nintendo kind of did this first
You can
when the
adjust the
Pikmin
position
would
of the
move
golf
your
club
data
in
around
your
from the
controller
Wii to the
with
Wii
Joy-Con
U.
2.
Sarah GG, thank
By
you so much.
combining
In
the
the home with a
mouse
tier 1
controls and
subscriber for 30
gyroscopes, things
months.
like this
Very
are
much
possible.
appreciate that.
There are secrets to discover even as you're playing mini-games and tech demos. Some of the secrets range from the unique features of the system
The magnet thing
to
concerns
tiny
me. Magnets
details
do
you
run out
might
a little
not
bit.
notice until
Don't
they're pointed out.
won't it stay
There are
magnetic if
plenty.
it gets like a really tiny charge though?
Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour will launch as a paid digital game on the same day as
Ooh,
Nintendo
paid
Switch 2.
game.
So please check it out if you're interested.
Not free.
Now, I'd like to share
Interesting.
some more
That's a little
information
bit of a-
regarding
that's a swing and a
Nintendo
miss.
Switch 2.
Yeah.
This is the game card for Nintendo Switch 2 titles.
That's a little bit of a swing and a miss.
It's the same shape as Nintendo
If it's
Switch
5 or
game
10
cards,
bucks,
but it's now red and it has much faster data reading speeds. Next up is additional storage. Switch 2 will only work with micro SD express cards.
Oh, really?
They're a different type of SD card and will make high-speed data
Oh,
transfers
I think
possible.
I have one of those. I think.
Please note,
Is it a W
the
so far?
regular
It kinda
micro
is.
SD cards used for Nintendo Switch will not be compatible.
No, okay.
Additionally, to transfer data from Switch to Switch 2, you can log into your Nintendo account to use the System Transfer feature.
That's fine.
With this feature, you can transfer save data, digital games,
Why is it flickering?
and
What was that
more.
flicker?
We're
There it goes.
also releasing a new Pro Controller. It has a C button, which launches Game Chat, and on the back, there are new GL and GR
Ooh,
buttons,
trigger
which you
buttons.
can use to assign existing button controls.
Ooh, grip triggers.
In addition, an audio jack has been added. We've introduced a few new
I wonder-
features. and
I wonder
after
if they'll
today's
sell like a
presentation,
headset.
The official Nintendo Switch 2 website will go live. There will also be an Ask the Developer article on the website.
Did they
where
fix the
three of
D-pad?
us
Was the
will talk
D-pad
about
messed
the
up?
development
I
of
love the
Nintendo
D-pad.
Switch 2. We hope you'll check that out as well.
Yeah, I think
And
the
now, the Nintendo Switch 2 launch date.
June.
Nintendo Switch 2 launches on
June.
June 5th. We're very much looking forward to the day when you all get to experience it, so please wait just a bit longer.
June. Called it.
Now, broadly speaking, on
2
Nintendo
months.
Switch 2,
It's
you
2
can
months
play
away.
3 types of games. The first type is Nintendo Switch 2 games. These games take advantage of the performance and features of
grass.
Switch 2. The second type is compatible games that were released on Nintendo Switch. Nintendo Switch 2 Edition games are the third type.
This
Some
is the
games
enhanced.
that were released on Switch will receive
This
upgraded
is the
versions that
enhancement.
offer
Okay.
things like improved visuals, unique ways to
All
play
right,
on
here we
Switch
go.
2, and more. Now, I'd like to show you the Nintendo Switch 2 edition of
Yeah.
Super Mario Party Jamboree.
What?
Please take a look.
Super Mario Party Jamboree is getting an upgrade on Nintendo Switch 2. The upgrade expands on the base game and adds new features, including mouse controls,
Jamboree wasn't a waste of money?
audio recognition,
Oh my god.
more expressive rumble, and gameplay that uses a camera accessory, all of which can be accessed on Switch 2. Let's check out
well,
3 new and updated modes.
I don't know about that one.
First up is Mario Party mode. With a single camera, up to 4 players can join the festivities. You'll be able to
I don't
see
think I
each
wanna
other's
see- I don't-
faces
I-
as you play, so
I don't
you
think I
can
want everybody else to
experience
see me
all the
raging out, and I'm a
reactions
streamer.
And emotions in real time. Or 4 friends can take the party online. Up next,
Yeah,
it's
now you-
Bowser Live,
now you can
a
mute
mode where
and
the
watch me
lively
going.
team wins. Bowser will bring you on stage 2. Hit blocks to collect the most coins. Guide an
Stop
RC
pushing
car
the
with your
camera. We
voice.
don't want that. I think the camera's going to be
Compete in
one of
other
those things that just
minigames
kind of
using
falls to the
full body
wayside.
movement and sound. Finally, take a ride on the mouse-controlled carnival coaster. With the safety bar lowered and secured, you're off. Use mouse controls to shoot down enemies while you feel the bumps and rumbles of the
Rail
coaster.
shooter. So now it really is like a full-blown party game. Now
When
it's
you
not
enter a
just
pipe,
the board
A
game.
mini game will begin.
It's going to be a
There's
full-blown
a
party
bouldering
game.
where 2 players each control
Oh
an
my
arm.
god, we are going to
And
scream
one
at
where you
each other
shake a
on
can of spray paint
SGB.
and quickly tag objects.
We're I
Enjoy
want
the
to see
thrill
Matt
of
and
these
Elliot do
intuitive
the
mini
climbing
games.
game.
How quickly can you reach the station? From mini games that use a camera, the built-in microphone,
We're going to be
controls,
raging.
and rumble. The biggest party
Greg, the
yet
mic's on for
is
your stream and the
getting
Switch is already
even
DMing you
bigger.
for it. You said it
Super
before.
Mario Party Jamboree, Nintendo Switch 2 Edition, plus Jamboree TV launches on Nintendo Switch 2, July 24th. Nintendo Switch 2 players who already own Super Mario Party Jamboree can upgrade to Nintendo
Okay.
Switch 2 Edition plus Jamboree
How much?
TV by purchasing an upgrade pack.
How much is the upgrade pack?
Please look forward to a new Mario Party experience, where you can see each other's reactions while playing.
Thank you for playing 2 of my 3 Holy
Let's
Trinity
continue
puzzle
presenting
games
some
on
more
SGP.
Nintendo
Let
Switch
me know what the
2
last
edition
one was.
games.
Oh, here we go. Ronan, there you go.
Nintendo Switch 2 editions of The Legend
60
of Zelda
FPS
Breath
modes.
of the Wild and The Legend
60
of Zelda
FPS
Tears
modes.
of the Kingdom feature enhanced resolution and frame rates, and also support HDR, which makes the
Let's
image
go.
more vibrant. So
Let's
you
go.
can play with
60
smoother,
FPS,
higher
Tears of the
definition
Kingdom.
graphics. Plus, you can get even more out of your adventures in Hyrule using Zelda Notes. This new feature can be accessed via the Nintendo Switch app on smart devices. It's a game-specific service that's exclusive to the Switch 2 editions of these titles. For example, it can help guide you to various locations, like shrines and Koroks you haven't found yet.
Guidance activating. Proceed north.
What? GPS? Yeah, right. He's got a GPS.
Or
Oh my god, it's 60
you can
FPS.
share your creations using QR codes and send them to another player to create in their
See,
game.
it did it again.
other player to create in their game.
Why have I been in 720? I mean, it still looks great, but. Oh my God, it's 60 FPS, and I'm.
We hope these features
Oh
will
my
make
God,
your
it looks so
adventures
good.
even more enjoyable.
Hyrule
In
Maps.
Kirby and the Forgotten
You're gonna call it
Land,
Hyrule Maps.
You'll be able to enjoy an additional story exclusive
Oh, look,
to the
there's extra
Nintendo Switch 2
content.
edition, along with improved graphics and frame rates. This story takes place in the Forgotten Land after being struck by a
What if
powerful
instead of a new
meteor
3D
that's
Mario,
causing some
they just say
mysterious
like
changes?
Odyssey's got a whole new land? They're gonna go
We
all
hope
the way
you're
back to
looking forward
Odyssey.
to Kirby's new adventure. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond will have both a Nintendo Switch and a Nintendo Switch 2 edition.
Oh God! Oh God! When the charges to upgrade, I appreciate the content on top of the boost.
In addition to standard controls, you can use mouse controls for intuitive gameplay. on
Mouse
Switch 2.
controls.
Plus, you can explore the immersive world in 4K at 60 frames per second, or enjoy smoother action in full HD at 120 frames per second. Choose from these two modes, both of which support HDR, based on your preference and playstyle. Plus, Pokemon Legends ZA, which is scheduled to launch later this year, will not only receive a Nintendo Switch version, but a Nintendo Switch 2
120
edition
hertz
as well.
Metroid.
By taking advantage of the power of Switch 2, you can enjoy your adventure in Lumio City with enhanced resolution and frame rates.
We're not fixing Scarlet
The
and
Nintendo
Violet.
Switch 2 edition games you just
Okay.
saw will be available as both physical and digital versions.
Okay.
And
Wait,
if
okay,
you
I was
already
gonna
own
say,
the Nintendo Switch version
purchasing
of
an
the
upgrade
game,
pack. All right.
You can play the Nintendo Switch
So
2
120
edition by
FPS
purchasing an
HDR
upgrade pack.
Metroid. Okay, so it's probably
We
going to
hope
be
you're
like.
looking forward to these
They're
Nintendo
not saying the
Switch 2
price,
edition
and that's what's
games.
bothering me. I want to say it's going to be like $10.
Next, I'd
but
like
they're
to
not
introduce
saying
a
the
brand
price.
new game featuring mouse controls with the Joy-Con 2 controllers.
Mario Paint 2.
Please take a look.
Even on here, I saw some shopping. Pokemon cannot be saved. Mario Paint 2. Oh my God! Wait, it's Beatmania or DJ Hero? All right. There's jokes that can be made. I won't make them. Yeah, as a game, it looks interesting. I have a lot of thoughts. I don't know what to think here.
In Drag and Drive, you'll use both Joy-Con 2 controllers as mice. to
It's a
intuitively
super
pull out various
fascinating
moves.
concept.
We
I
hope you're
can give
looking
you
forward to
that.
A new twist on 3-on-3 matches using dual mouse controls. Next, here are some games from our publishing and development.
This is gonna
partners coming
sound
to Nintendo
bad,
Switch 2.
and I don't. Okay, this is gonna sound bad. I hope that I can play with a controller. And if like the left stick is the left wheel and the right stick is the right wheel, right, like actual tank controls, that'd be super interesting. Holy crap, Elden Ring. I mean, this system can handle it.
The rays of grace that guide you through your burden.
Are they gonna add Nintendo? Can I be Mario? Can I be Mario in Elden Ring? Remember when they added the outfits to Bayonetta?
You take the throne.
Tarnished edition. Is Elden Ring the new Skyrim? Is that going to be the game that gets ported to everything over the next 15, 20 years?
Games. Here to say that
Hey!
Hades 2 is coming to Nintendo Switch 2. Our first ever sequel introduces the Princess
Did we have
of
Elden
the
Ring
Dead,
on the list?
an immortal witch out to vanquish the sinister Titan of Time. You'll battle beyond the underworld to the ends of the earth, getting to know dozens of characters from Greek myth in a story that reacts to your every setback and victory. It's the kind of game you can quickly pick up and
We had
play
benchmark
whether you're
games.
experienced with the original or not. Look for more about Hades 2 later this year.
I can't believe this game isn't out yet. This game has been on PC in early access forever.
我々がお届けするタイトルは
Yeah, and that was the first
スト
indie
リートファイ
announcement.
ター6です
Street Fighter 6?
本体を持ち寄っての対戦はもちろん
Are people still playing? Are you guys still playing
だ
this?
けの新モードもあります
I'm not saying people aren't. I don't
通常版の
follow
他に
Street
総
Fighter,
勢
so
26キャラクターを収録した Gears 1、2ファイターズエディションの2バージョンをさらにゲームと連動するアミーボとアミーボカードも
the first
一緒に
Hades was also early
スイッチ
access
の
on
発売
Epic
日に
for
お
over a
届けし
year.
ます
It's been like 3 years though for Hades 2, hasn't it? I don't know about 3 years, but
Initiating Arsenal boot sequence. Weapon safety mechanism.
dude, where's
confirmed.
Armored Core? We could put
All
Armored Core
operating
6.
At normal levels.
Oh wait, what's this?
Testing data link with Spine.
Oh, is this Xeno?
Normal.
No.
Commencing
What is
launch.
After 2 long wars where our
Vanquish?
freedom was restricted,
Wait.
we will finally be liberated from humans.
I'm in need of a new arsenal, new equipment, and money. I'm for sale, and you're buying.
Rebels! Thanks for the warm welcome!
This was kind of dope though.
This planet will be ours.
The sovereign axiom. The Trinity.
No, Damon X wasn't.
Almost completed a
It wasn't
weapon that was
powered suits like this. It was mechs,
destroy
wasn't it?
all
It was a large
humanity.
mech.
No! Because we're in the middle of a war. Don't you get it?
These are more like powered suits.
I'll tear you apart!
Is it? Oh, it is Damon X Machina.
Bring hope to our
Titanic Scion. I thought Damon X Machina was like large suits
Hey, this is Joseph Forrest from Haze.
or large mechs.
I'm super
Oh, they
excited
got it in
for
Donkey
Split
Kong.
Fiction to come to Nintendo Switch 2. The game is a story about friendship. You play as Mio, who writes sci-fi, and Zoe,
Yeah,
who
in
writes
Damon X
fantasy.
Machina, they were big giant mechs,
Together,
right?
they get
So this
trapped
is
in
now
their
they're
own
like
stories,
powered
and
suits.
It's up to you and a friend to help them break
Interesting.
free. Now, let me tell you this: if you like It Takes Two, you're gonna love
Yeah, it looks
this
like they
one,
made a
trust
change.
me.
That's super interesting.
And of course, you'll be able to play Split Fiction on the day Switch 2 launches.
So far, we've gotten some pretty nice launch window games.
At EA
Yeah, we did.
Sports,
Oh,
we're
there goes your
bringing
EA
fans
game.
Together across the world, both on the pitch and on the
They were
gridiron.
always like that? Were they
We're
really?
excited to announce the EA Sports FC will be coming to Nintendo Switch 2. Madden NFL will also be arriving on the Nintendo platform.
I feel like
Sports,
that's
it's
a
in the
gimme.
game.
Hi, I'm Alan Tu from Avalanche Software. We are bringing
Audio is
Hogwarts
off a little
Legacy
bit.
to Nintendo Switch 2
Wow.
with enhanced graphics and seamless world transitions.
So, okay, wait.
You'll be immersed in the Wizarding
Are you
world like
upgrading
never
your
before.
original game, or is this a brand new version of
And
the
the new
game?
mouse controls on Switch 2 give you even more ways to experience the adventure.
Did my wizard
Discover
just
the
kill that
enhanced
guy?
magic when Hogwarts Legacy launches on the same day as Switch 2.
Yeah, this game was rough on the Switch one, so I'm wondering if it's an enhanced version of the first one. Remember when the Switch one launched and there weren't that many games because nobody trusted nobody trusted that the Switch was going to be popular? Remember how long it took to get a steady flow of games? I don't think we have that problem anymore. I think we're good. Was that a SpongeBob reference?
Hello, this is Christian Elverdam from IO Interactive.
Why is the audio off?
We are bringing our flagship title,
Hitman!
The World of Assassination, to Nintendo Switch 2. As the best assassin in the trade, Agent 47 does everything he can to accomplish his mission. And how each mission progresses
It's a
will
SpongeBob
vary
level?
depending on the player's
Was that
imagination.
in the other games?
Our ever-expanding game will release on the same day as Switch 2.
Why did that guy slip on the ground?
Plus, We are excited to bring another familiar agent to the platform.
IO is not SE anymore? Oh my god, it's 007. The new GoldenEye. GoldenEye 2. Imagine if they just call it GoldenEye 2. Project 007.
James Bond. The world's favorite spy is coming to Nintendo Switch 2, so stay tuned.
Okay, so that's an early announcement. All right, Square Enix, here we go.
The story of light and shadow that never fades is reborn.
Bravely?
Bravely Default returns, remastered in high definition.
Ooh.
Featuring the Brave and Default commands that help you control the flow of turn-based battles. Change and customize jobs to build out your very own party. Enjoy your adventure with upgraded features and enhancements. And all new
Is this our first port?
To play. Square Enix presents the classic fantasy RPG, Bravely Default Flying Fairy HD Remaster. Set foot in Luxembourg as a warrior of light.
Wow, there's going to be a lot of games on day one. I think everything we've seen, almost everything we've seen is, this is like the 10th port. Do we think the other ones are considered ports, though? Oh wait, Yakuza 0. For your new 4K system, a remaster of a 3DS game. Same day?
We'll have more games to show from our publishing and development partners, but for now, we'd like to show a game being developed in collaboration with Nintendo. Please take a look.
Yakuza 8. I think almost every game that we've seen is launch day, right? Almost.
When the Zonai, who descended from the heavens,
Zelda.
joined hands with the Hylians.
Is this a Hyrule Warriors?
Their union led to a great and prosperous kingdom.
Zelda Warriors of the Kingdom. Watch this.
But in time, a terrible evil arose.
Warriors of the Kingdom.
A war was fought to vanquish this evil. One which future generations would
I
call
really should probably sit down and actually play one of these games.
the imprisoning war.
Perhaps you truly have traveled back in time.
Oh, wait, or is this the story? Wait.
That's Hyrule Castle?
No way!
That must mean this really is the past.
So it's a Warriors game set. Oh, no way! This is the story of the imprisoning war. Yeah. No way, dude. That's pretty sick. Oh my god. Dude, this is awesome. We get more hot Ganon. Age of Imprisonment. Nice. Coming this winter. Oh, there goes the first
That was Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment.
non-release date game.
It's being developed by Koei Tecmo Games with support from Nintendo.
Anyway, I should finish the other Hyrule Warriors.
We hope you're looking forward to the untold
Funny
story
that
of
Zelda
the
has
imprisoning war.
almost as many Warrior
Which took
spin-offs
place in
as
Hyrule
Gundam,
long
and still
ago.
no word on FF Warriors. I thought we had no Final Fantasy.
And now, some news about Nintendo
Where's that
Switch
Fantastic
Online.
Four Warriors? Oh, here we
You
go.
can continue to enjoy Nintendo Switch Online on Switch 2. And with Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack, you can enjoy a new membership benefit exclusively on Switch 2.
GameCube.
Please
Watch
take
this.
a look at
New
this.
NSO system. Wait, I think I got one on my bingo card. GameCube.
Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack will be getting a new classic game library exclusive to Nintendo Switch 2.
GameCube
Nintendo
games.
originally released in 2001. Here are the titles that will be available at launch. A Legend of Zelda game that looks like a cartoon come to life through cell shading. Controlling the wind using a
I'm
mysterious
calling it.
baton,
I'm saying Wind
Link's
Waker.
set sail on an
I'm
adventure
checking Wind
across
Waker
the
on my
Great
thing.
Sea.
Wait, that means we can
The
get Twilight
Legend of
Princess.
Zelda, The Wind Waker.
That means Twilight Princess can come too.
Transcending history and the world. A
Soul
tale of
Calibur
souls
2.
and swords eternally retold.
Soul Calibur
In this
2.
3D weapons-based fighting game, each fighter comes
Yes!
equipped with a different weapon.
This game's
And
awesome.
Link from the Legend of Zelda series enters the fray. Soul Calibur 2. Experience a
There,
world of
F-Zero,
light
shut up.
vehicle racing at speeds over 2,000 kilometers per hour. 30 machines.
There you go.
put it
Here's your
all on the
F-Zero.
line in death-defying
Oh my God,
races.
Eternal Darkness. Do
Featuring
Eternal
the
Darkness.
series' first machine customization and story mode. Get ready to experience F-Zero GX. In games that support multiplayer, up to 4 can play together locally or
Oh
online.
yeah, the local thing. Good.
Enjoy these classic
have the
games
one
with
Sega made.
clearer image quality and higher resolution
Oh,
than the
that's
original releases.
huge.
You can also check the controls for each title and customize them to your liking.
You can customize controls.
More titles will be added in
Fire
the
Emblem,
future.
Path of Radiance. Chibi Robo.
Nintendo GameCube, Nintendo Classics, the Switch 2 exclusive game library coming to Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack launches the same day as
Path
the
of
hardware's
Radiance.
release.
Mario Strikers. Chibi Robo.
And a dedicated controller designed after the original GameCube
Hey,
controller
all right.
will also be released. It can connect wirelessly and also has a C button to quickly
Okay.
access game chat.
I like the home and
The
everything.
Nintendo GameCube controller, exclusively available for Nintendo
I-
Switch
I-
Online members.
I
will
cannot
also be
stress to you
available
guys
the
that
same day
probably
as
weren't
Nintendo
around at the
Switch 2.
time how much people hated
Whether
that
you're
controller when
familiar
it first
with the
came out, when they
games
first showed it.
Or haven't played them before, we hope you're looking forward to Nintendo GameCube.
Shut up about the C
and
button.
Classics. Of course, you can continue to play select games from the systems shown here on Nintendo Switch 2.
It's basically
Okay,
saying this
let's
controller will
see some
never
more
die.
games
Yeah,
from
just
our
do the.
publishing
I
and
mean,
development partners.
Somber. I guess you don't technically need the Wavebird because the Wavebird functionality was because it was wireless. Is this? Oh wow! Whoa, that's kind of huge. Yeah, I like that it's added, not a new pass. That's kind of huge. I played Deltarune when it first came out, but I never played the second chapter. I would need to play the first chapter again. I can finally play Wind Waker. Launch day.
Hi, I'm Randy from Gearbox. Borderlands
Why did that
4,
say
our
8-4 in the
upcoming
corner?
flagship Borderlands game will launch on Nintendo
Oh,
Switch 2.
Borderlands!
Borderlands is back. Loot and shoot your way through a world filled with wild.
Oh,
enemies
and that's
and
Randy, right?
outrageous
Randy
weapons.
Pitchford? All right, here we go. We
Still in
got
development,
somebody
but it's
else.
Already the most ambitious
Ew,
Borderlands
Randy.
game we've ever made. Borderlands 4 will launch in 2025. We'll be sharing a lot of the game in the months ahead. And
Why is
there's
the
more from
audio?
2K
That's not
on the
me,
way.
right?
Hi, I'm Dennis Shirk from Firaxis Games. We're
Civ
releasing
7?
the Nintendo Switch 2 edition of Sid Meier's Civilization
Is that Drew
7.
Carey?
In Civ 7, you'll establish an empire and guide your people throughout the ages of history. With the new mouse control,
I like indie games that don't care for Undertale. I played the first one. I was like, oh, it's okay. I played
Civ
what's it
7
called?
launches on the same day as Switch 2.
Or Undertale.
And if you already own the Nintendo Switch version, you can
I thought you were
experience
saying
mouse
Deltarune.
controls on Switch 2 by purchasing the upgrade. And we have even more news from 2K.
It's not just you. Okay, so
I'm
it is
Lionel
the
Jinx,
presentation,
and I'm
like the
Ben Bishop.
audio is off.
Our final announcement for today is that WWE 2K is coming to Nintendo Switch 2.
Plus NBA 2K as well.
We can't wait to see you in the ring.
And on the court.
Did they ever fix those WWE games? Did they ever fix them so you're not falling through the ring?
Kids find this old tattered man off
They went armed with nothing but youthful enthusiasm and a profound lack
I'm
of
gonna
preparation.
do a left one.
Boom! Terrible at steering a raft.
Audio's fine in the UK version. Like if you're watching the US version, if you're not watching it from here, I mean. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Why did it freeze like that?
Tastes amazing, doesn't it? Really have started to master this.
Why did mine freeze?
Next stop, the top. Ha!
What's happening?
Nicely done. Well,
It's frozen for you too? It's frozen everywhere.
set sail. This time,
They know we don't want to see this.
Hi, I'm Dave. Crooks
Refresh?
from
Hold on.
Dodgeball.
Let's see if that works. No, it's frozen. Chat, the whole chat saying it froze.
At Enter the Gungeon 2.
Sony did it.
Dodge countless bullets and aim for the Gungeon's depths in our roguelike shooter sequel.
It sounded
Now
like you said
reloaded
shooter
in a new
sequel.
3D art style.
It's fine on the
Expect
UK
some
one.
fan favorite elements to return.
Here, let me get the UK
We're
one.
still working on the game, and we're excited to share more with you in the future.
Hold on. Hold on. I'm getting up the UK one. Got it. Kerbal Space Program 2. Watch this. Star Seeker Astroneer Expedition. I missed Enter the Gun. I could hear it Enter the Gungeon.
Hello, my name is Adam Badowski from CD Projekt Red. We
Cyberpunk!
are delighted to bring the immersive world of the dark future to Nintendo players for the first time. Cyberpunk 2077.
Somebody said
is an
Cyberpunk
open-world
when we were
action-adventure
talking before the
RPG
stream
set
started.
in Night City. Thanks to Nintendo Switch 2, you can transport yourself to the city of dreams at home or on the go. Get ready to meet unforgettable characters and discover
The US one is
engaging
fixed, okay.
stories when Cyberpunk 2077 Ultimate Edition comes to Nintendo Switch 2 on launch day.
Launch day, another one.
こんにちは。スクエアエニックスの浜口です。
Here we go.
任天堂スイッチ2でファイナルファンタジー7リメイクインターグレードを発売いたします。
Remake
本作は
with
ミッド
integrate.
ガル
Okay.
脱出までを描いた3部作シリーズ
Something
の
big Square
1作
Enix.
目と
I
なり
think that counts as big Square
20年
Enix.
以上の時を経て再創作された新しい FF7 を体験いただきます。スイッチ2で展開する FF7 リメイクシリーズに
Now Kingdom
ぜ
Hearts,
ひ
please.
ご期待ください。
Elden Ring on the Switch. Oof. I don't know. I don't count this as big. It's just a port. You don't count that as big? I think that's a big. I think it's a. Put it this way: high-profile game. I think it's a high-profile game. Oh, Kinitsugami. I still never played the demo for this. Launch day. Silksong. Oh my God, Silksong. You said big benchmark game. I would actually just count Elden Ring as that. Yeah, I would say Elden Ring is going to count as a benchmark game. Yeah, I would say 7 Remake is huge. Wild Hearts? Why does that sound familiar? I'd count 7R port as mild. I'll admit it would be bigger if it was Rebirth. Little sizzle reel here. Ooh, Star Wars Outlaws. I can finally play this game. It's the Monster Hunter knockoff. I thought that was Dauntless. Ah, this explains why they did all of the Nobunaga games. There goes you. Look, there goes F-Zero. Shadow Labyrinth. Huge. Ride out. No sleep for Kaname Date. Lots of 2025, so the rest of the year is pretty packed. Fort, I would figure that. That's a gimme. Ridge Racer! Ridge Racer! US stream is fixed. Okay, I'm good on the UK one. It should be the same thing, right?
ここまで たくさんのタイトルをご紹介してきましたが、
But we haven't shown
次が
you
ソフトメーカーさんの最後のタイトルになります。
last from our publishing and
ご覧くだ
development
さい。
partners. What do we got? 8 minutes left? 7 minutes left? So this is the last partner game. Resident Evil, Silent Hill.
I give you
Is this Odyssey
my
2? Is
blood.
this Mario Odyssey 2?
I give you my life.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Turn, O wheel, and transport him
Could this be RE9?
to a night of
Is this Kirby?
night, to humanity's very dusk.
Luigi's Mansion 4. Whoa, wait a minute. From Software. Wait, is this Kingsfield? Kingsfield 6? Dude, imagine. Imagine this is Kingsfield 6. Capcom, yeah, I feel like Capcom would do their own presentation. I mean, to be fair, though, let's be honest, Sentinel, more people are going to watch the Switch 2 reveal presentation than the any Capcom presentation. What am I looking at here? Is that a jetpack? Could this be Bloodborne 2? Youngin Ring. It's not Bloodborne. Relden Ing. Even I'm interested to see what this is.
Close your eyes and contemplate now the moon, as befits the soon to depart.
I pray that you are able.
What if it's
Carry
Bloodborne
on
2, but it's
blood.
like Blood Cursed? Dude, that's a sick name. Blood Cursed? That guy kind of looked like me. I'm concerned. Is this a fighting game? What the hell?
The moon tears will flow for one, and one alone.
Dusk Bloods.
We've got a friend request.
I don't think I want a friend with. Thank you so much, Wolf Boy. I appreciate that. It's gonna like jump at me. Okay, that was weird. Was that Stuart Little? He's changed.
ご覧いただいたのは From Software さんが手掛ける完全新作タイト
Brand
ル
new
です。
game by From Software.
どのようなゲームなのかについてはディレクターの宮崎さんが語るクリエイターズボイスを公開しますので、
Yeah, that's
ぜ
the
ひ
first
ご覧ください。
2026 game. You're right.
ソフトメーカーさんのタイトルの紹介は以上です。ご出演いただいた開発者
Is
の
it an
皆様、
exclusive? It said it was
今
only
回
on
の
the
発
Switch
表
too,
に
but
映
that's
像を
probably
ご
a
用意いただい
timed
たソフトメ
exclusive.
ーカーの皆様、本当にありがとうございます。
That's probably going to be a timed exclusive.
ご覧いただいた以外にも Nintendo Switch 2に向けて多くのゲーム開発を進めていただいています。今後もたくさんのタイトルをご紹介していきますのでお楽しみに。
Yeah, that's kind of big.
続いてはこちらの映像をご覧ください。
He didn't say one last thing. Kirby? Air Ride 2? Kirby's Air Ride 2? Oh wait, or is it Smash? Wait, this looks like Smash. I don't know why I'm getting Smash here. Unless this is Air Ride 2. Oh my god, it's Kirby's Air Ride 2. It's Kirby's Air Ride 2. No way. It is. Air Riders. It is. It's Kirby's Air Ride 2. Directed by Sakurai. All right, here we go. Who's coming to Air Ride?
Nintendo GameCube のカービィのエアライド以来22年ぶりに
Wow.
完全新作が登場します。
Revived. I'm calling that one Resurrected IP.
ご期待ください。
I'm calling Resurrected
次が
IP.
最後の映像となります。ご覧ください。
Is this it? Is this the last thing? This could be Dragon Quest 12. These things, the hills have eyes. Wait, is it Pikmin 5? Ingot Isle. Donkey Kong. Is it a new Donkey Kong? Oh my god. Should have put it on the list. It is a new Donkey Kong game. I love his redesign, by the way. His Kong expanding. Oh my god, that was awesome. I'm loving the redesign. He looks like OG Donkey Kong in a way. Oh my god, this game looks amazing. This game looks awesome. Yeah, this would be the first new game in a while. You're a K executive? Oh yeah, you're excited for this. I love his redesign. Oh my god, he looks awesome. Wait, the new Animal Buddies? No, we've had new Donkey Kongs since 64? Wait, what? No, you're right. They've all been side scrollers. No, I'm not okay. Yeah, you're right. So far, pre-orders have not gone live at 10. That's right. They were all side scrollers. Donkey Kong Banana DKB. June 17th. Wait, July 17th. Isn't that's the same day as another
ご覧い
game?
ただいたのはドンキーコングの新しい 3D アクションゲームドンキーコングバナンザです。唯一無二のパワーで敵も
He's got pants! He's wearing
地面も
pants!
すべてを破壊しながら巨大な地下世界を突き進みます。
Wait! Oh my god.
詳
He's
細
wearing
は
overalls.
改めてお伝えし
You
ます
either
ので
die a
お楽し
hero
みに
or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. He's
ここまで
dressed
ご覧い
like
ただき
Mario.
ありがとうございます。
改めてになりますが Nintendo Switch 2の発売日は6月5日です。最後に発売する本体のご紹介です。まずは Nintendo
New
Switch
hardware
2の
options.
本体です。
So it's going to be this.
これ
It's
に
going to be
加
the
え
new Pro Controller.
ダウンロード版のマリオカートワールドがセットになった
Oh,
本体
the
も発
oh,
売します。
okay. Wait a minute. So there's going to be two.
詳しくはダイレクト終了後に公開する公式ホームペ
Oh,
ージをご覧ください。
駆け足になりましたが、
That's all we have to share for today. They don't have the price.
発売までもう
You
し
have
ば
to
ら
wait a
く
bit
お
longer
待ちい
for
ただ
launch.
くことにな
But
りま
what's
す
the
が、
price? Say the
Nintendo Switch
price.
2を皆さんにご体験いただけることを今からとても楽しみにしています。
最後までご覧いただき
No,
ありが
say
とう
the
ございました。
price. They don't say the price there. That's kind of crazy. So that was the UK one. So I guess the Nintendo one's been fixed. Here, hold on. We're going to live. Go to the Nintendo one. To the official one. Yeah, they didn't say the price. That's kind of a bummer. Yeah, well, we'll never know the price. So is it free? Oh God, don't be those people. As an event, A+. I mean, that's a hard. I feel like as a new console, I feel like that's hard to kind of mess up. You know, this was everybody's been kind of waiting for it. Yeah, I do think it's an A+ event. I think just to get that out of the way, I think this is a very good one. Other than the fact, actually, I'm going to say A instead of A+ because they didn't say the price. But yeah, I think overall that was a really good event. I think they showed everything they needed to show. I think they highlighted the things that they needed to highlight. They made things exciting when they needed to be exciting. I didn't get bingo, by the way. I think this is the closest I got. So something Monolith soft. I don't think we saw anything really Monolith soft. No stylus. 2-screen functionality. Star Fox. Metro Prime 4 overview we didn't see. Switch 1 Shadow Drop. I wouldn't say that we got anything there. No VR AR. No tactics. No $70 games. Metro Prime 2 and 3. We didn't get a price. Mouse controller. I mean, I can check this because they did sort of highlight it a little bit, and I think that wheelchair game. I mean, because that's really what we're gonna call it, is the wheelchair game. I think that probably counts as the mouse, because that wasn't a motion game. They were specifically saying that was a mouse functionality game, but it doesn't really change anything. Halo app. We didn't see anything about app integration. I was kind of curious about that. Nothing about an OLED screen, and obviously no themes. So that's the closest we got as far as bingo. Many companies haven't supported voice chat for years, so I can see why they kept bringing it up. Yeah, the voice chat I wouldn't count as app integration because there is a Nintendo app for that, but it doesn't seem like it uses that. Nothing that made me must buy, but pretty cool stuff. Do I think anything there was a must buy? I'd say you could tick off Metro Prime 4 overviews. There was a brief one about the Switch 2 version. No, I won't click it just because I was expecting something like a deep dive into it. Or like 4 or 5 minute dive, and it wasn't. I don't think it was like that. So, Dragon Drive seems like the ARMS equivalent, an experimental new IP. Yeah, I would say unfortunately, the way that ARMS felt like the motion control thing, like obviously you could use a controller, but they kind of wanted you to use the motion control. That's how they kept showing it. I feel like Dragon Drive is going to be the same thing, which. I don't know. I have questions that I want to ask about that game, and I don't know if I can. Mario Kart DK and Dustborn are all must buys. Yeah, do I think there's anything must buy here? The Mario Kart game for sure. I mean, here's the thing. With a piece of hardware like this, I think even with 0 games, the system is a must buy because it's going to have new features. It's going to enhance the games that you already have. So let's say you have a Switch 1 and you have a bunch of these games. You can buy the system without any Switch 2 games and then get enhancements to the games that you already have. So I think on that merit alone, I think it's worth just enhancing it. Not to mention you're going to get the GameCube games now. So on that, on its own, I think it's okay. Duskborn looked amazing. Ryan, rating with a party of 5. Welcome. Too very the quirky. What the F is this? Games tend to be sleeper hits for Nintendo. We'll see. All the enhanced games look good. Yeah. Mario Kart trailer really wanted you to look at Peach. The fact that we're getting exclusive Switch 2 games plus upgrades for Switch 1 games plus GC NSO is enough to convince me to get a Switch 2. I think 4K 120. Well, no. They specifically said, Gold, the 4K will cap at 60. The 1080p will go to 120. What I'm curious about is whether, because it looked like there was a 1440p option on there. I thought there was a 1440p option. I'm curious to know if that's going to run at 60. It did specifically say that 4K will cap at 60, but 1080p 120 hertz is amazing. Hard disagree. You don't think so, Stone? You don't think that it's worth it to upgrade your Switch to a Switch 2, even just for the functionality upgrades? I'll go flat A, mostly for the lack of price and not enough Nintendo games. As it stands, Nintendo's going to Switch Pro route for the most part with their Switch 2 editions. Aside from that, we got Mario Kart and DK. Give me Rogue Squad. Oh my God, let me know if there's Rogue Squadron 2 on the GameCube. I wonder if perhaps Nintendo co-owns the Duskborn IP like Sony does. I think that's going to be a timed exclusive. I think they're just going to do that later. ZA doesn't look like ass on the Switch 2 now. I'm nervous about how much the Switch game upgrades will. That's the other thing. That's the other price exclusion that I'm gonna mark a point off, is that we don't know how much the upgrades are going to be. And for some of the for some of the newer games, I would guess $10. But they really, for Breath of the Wild, because it's been so long, they could say, oh, it's going to be $20. I'm like, you're kind of pushing it there. Still have a handful of 120 FPS games on PS5 and Series X. Yeah, it might be reserved for older games. Yeah, that's true. Older games could probably run very easily at 120. Seems they want you to keep the Switch One for the game sharing feature updates. I have Rogue Squadron 2 case and all right by. I have Rogue Squadron 2. I have 3, but I never really played it. $450. It's $450? Where did they reveal that? Where did they reveal $450? Is it on the Nintendo Today app? I think it's the first direct to be streamed in 4K. Well, I wouldn't know because YouTube automatically thinks I want to watch everything at 720. But I need to figure out how to change that. Every time I open up a video, it's at 720p. Like, I need to figure out how to change YouTube from doing that. Most of these upgrades so far seem to come with extra content. Yeah, but not all of them. That's the thing. If they charge 20 to 30, it's like, do I just get a Switch 2 cartridge at that point? Not sure. Well, assuming they make Switch 2 cartridges for some of those games, which I'm assuming they probably will. There's going to be some teeth gnashing at the Zelda community about the lack of HD GameCube game remasters. Well, it doesn't mean that they can't. They put Paper Mario. Do you think they'll put Thousand Year Door on NSO? Press play. Jason, I hope you're doing okay. I hope you're feeling well, recovering well. I was one day away from having a Nintendo console on my birthday. Screw you, Nintendo. Pre-orders will be live within April. A Sakurai return with Kirby. The game is going to be jam-packed with content. Not for Prime 4. It seems Prime 4 seems to show 4K 60 docked. No. 4K 60. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, it's at not 4K 120. Not 4K 120. Do you think the Switch 2 carts will still taste bad? I don't know, but I will try them. Thousand Year Door might get a 60 FPS update. Ooh. Dude, a 60 FPS update for Thousand Year Door remake, I think would probably make that game perfect. I think it would make that game perfect. Johnny raging at the box thing? What box thing? Oh, in the video. I'm doing fine. Oh, what made you think I wasn't doing well? I thought you were. Wasn't it you that was getting over Cove? I could have sworn it was you that was getting over Cove. Link's Awakening is on NSO, and there's a remake. Yeah, you're right. There's a remake there. 4K mode is still 60 FPS. Yeah. I'm saying it's Mac. Will you play Prime 4? Oh, will I play Prime? Ooh, will I play Prime 4 in 4K or 120 frames? I will probably play it at 120 frames. Realistically, I'm probably going to play it at 120 frames. Yeah, a frame rate to me is significantly more important than resolution. Significantly. It's wild that we have a handheld that can run 120 frames. Hot Switch 2 also supports VRR. The better question is with controller or mouse. I'm going to tell you right now, probably with controller, just because, first of all, I'm not a big mouse and keyboard player. I just don't do it very often. Also, it's mouse, but they didn't highlight a keyboard. If they highlighted a Bluetooth keyboard, I'd be a little more curious about that. You won't be able to stream it in either. Not here. I think on YouTube you can. Not here. I would have to decide whether or not I'm going to switch over to YouTube. I only have a 1080p TV. Give me all the frames. I have a 4K TV. It's just 60 frames. That's the only problem. 120 frames is a strange surprise. Awesome, but strange. Yeah, so now I need to decide if I'm going to get a 120 hertz TV. Although my game mode on my TV, I think, does that. They didn't confirm the games will automatically be boosted only if they are enhanced. Yeah, that's true. So did your stream basically bork during the sizzle reel? Yes, not during the sizzle reel, Ryan. It was right before. It was during that one game right before Enter the Gungeon 2. It was halfway through that one game. We switched over to the UK stream, and that worked fine. The UK one worked well. Yeah, 120 hertz TVs are 4K, but not all 4K TVs are 120 hertz. Most of them are 60 hertz. CT, anyway, time for lunch. Any other plans? Probably not sure. I don't know. I think I'm probably just gonna sort of take it easy for today. Yeah, the USA stream worked. I'm still not, I'm this has helped a lot being able to hang out and talk about this, talk about the Switch and watch everything, but I'm still kind of like mentally kind of dragging a little bit just because of everything, so I might just take the time to do that. 1080-60 is great for handheld, but my question is how much battery will it guzzle down? Good question. That's actually a really good question. This is the most technical Nintendo has been in decades in terms of their language. Talking about frame rates and resolution. Yeah, they don't really talk about that. It was weird hearing Nintendo devs go Mark Cerny on us. Super damn excited for Soul Calibur 2. I know. So you guys saying like Yoshimitsu and all. I'm curious to play Soul Calibur 2. I haven't played that game yet. I'm going to get Switch 2. And I'm not deflated per se, but I was expecting at least one more big thing, but I guess Prime 4 will have to do. I mean, I think there was a lot of really cool stuff there. I mean, Metroid, nothing is over. It's hard to say because nothing was going to overshadow Metroid Prime 4 for me. Like, I don't know what you could have possibly said other than Tactics HD. But I don't think there was anything you could have said that would have overshadowed Prime 4. But to be honest, at this point, the system itself is the standout for me. Because you know what I'm thinking of? I had the same thing when I finally got a PS5, when I was gifted a PS5. My first thought, ironically, was I can't wait to see all of the PS4 games running on the PS5. So that's really like, if I'm going to highlight anything that I think, oh my God, I really need to see it, I kind of want to see what my Switch games look like on the Switch 2. Still no Wind Waker, Twilight Princess HD. I mean, you're getting the GameCube version, right? By the way, did the GameCube games on the NSO, is that on Switch 1 also? Or was that just going to be Switch 2? These Zelda games update are going to be crisp. Definitely counting Switch 2 edition to be their main features for a bit. The first few weeks will be Mario Kart World on. I mean, realistically, and if we're talking about like what's a day one game, it's Mario Kart. Is anybody here planning? Genuine question: is anybody here planning on getting a Switch 2 day one and not getting Mario Kart? I wouldn't be surprised. I would imagine that a lot of people just don't care about Mario Kart in that way, but I'm curious to know who's like, I'm going to get a Switch 2 day one, and I'm not going to buy Mario Kart. No. Wait. When you're saying no, do you mean you're not going to get it, or do you mean no, there's nobody here? Not day one, but most likely pick up both eventually. Oh, no. You're saying no, that it won't be available on Switch 1. Okay, got it. Getting mine next year unless a miracle happens. I know, I'm going to try and figure out some way to get it because by June, I'm going to be in a weird position. I want that Mario Kart. Yeah, I kind of want the bundle, to be honest. See, I want the bundle, but I want the physical version too, but I kind of don't care about physical that much right now. So for Mario Kart, at least, because I have Mario Kart digitally. Mario Kart is definitely the first game I'll get for I thought that said for $2. Given the features we saw, Ford 450 isn't crazy, especially if it can hit 120, which the PS5 can no longer has as a selling point, by the way. Looks like the FromSoft game is they said it. They Gold. It said exclusive to the Switch, like available only on the Switch too. I just don't know if it's going to be that way forever. I think eventually it's going to come out on other things. Yeah, I'm not going to get it at launch for obvious reasons. I know I'm gonna try and get it, but it's going to be rough. Mario Kart's like a digital game for me. I think that's just what it's going to be. I don't mind having MK Digital. It's one of those games that it's handy to have access to. It really kind of is. Tax return coming in clutch. It really depends on Nintendo co-owns the IP or not. I'm gonna stay skeptical about the FPS until it's out, considering the Switch Classic flavor struggled to maintain 30. That's a fair assessment. I would say that's fair. So when Mario Kart comes out, are we all meeting up at Yoshi's Diner? Go look at Wario 64's post on Blue Sky. You get specs and price. Okay, so wait. So this is Wario 64. Let me just click. Yeah. Okay. Here, I'll put it over here. Let me shrink that down. I can shrink this down. I'll bring this one over here. All right, so this is Nintendo Switch 2 launches June 5th at $449.99, bringing new forms of game communication to life. Pre-orders begin April 9th. System provides new powerful hardware, reimagined online capabilities, and a broad range of games. I want to know what this means, reimagined online capabilities. I want to know if they're actually doing like curated servers or what they're doing here. June 5th, $449.99. Reimagined Joy-Con 2. Switch games. From Nintendo Switch games to compatible games in existing Switch libraries. So this is okay. So this is my okay. So right now I already have something. Nintendo Switch 2 games to compatible games in existing Nintendo Switch libraries. Connect and play. Okay, so they just mean compatible as in online games. Next step in home gaming, it can be taken on the go on 8 years. Okay. Nintendo Switch 2 comes with the following: Nintendo Switch 2 console, Joy-Con 2 controllers, 2 Joy-Con grip, 2 straps, the Switch 2 dock, ultra high-speed HDMI cable, Nintendo Switch 2 AC adapter, USB-C charging cable. Race into Switch 2 with the Switch 2 Mario Kart World Bundle for a suggested retail price of $500. So $500 with the game. Includes a system and a download code for Mario World game available. Okay, so I will probably try and do this. I'm probably going to try and do this. A broad variety of hardware details. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Okay, and then it looks like there's stuff on their website. So let me see. So this is from the website. Oh no, that's just for the video. Is there something else that has? Let me look at the specs here. Hold on. Let me see if there's another post that has the specs. Oh, this is from the Ask the Developer thing. Okay. Oh, here we go. Hold on. Okay. Hearing that it's much cheaper in Japan or Japan tariffs cause a problem. I mean, yeah, that's kind of blame. Well, to be honest, Ryan, that's tariffs plus the fact that the yen is doing kind of bad right now. So when we're all playing Mario Kart, which one of us would be playing Urban Champion to recreate the trailer? Yeah, why was that one person playing Balloon Fight? I will buy whatever bundle I can pre-order. If it's the Mario bundle, neat. If not, I'll buy Mario Kart. I assume $449, £399 pounds over here. Managed to speed watch the direct 2x speed and just skip forward when they started dragging on trailers and yapping. Hi, Lilac. Welcome to gaming in the EU. Okay, so are we on the screen here? I know it's like. No, damn it. So that's the size, ZL button, screen. Capacitive touch screen, 7.9 inch wide, 1920 by 1080 resolution, HDR10, VRR up to 120 hertz. So that's going to be 120 hertz on the screen itself. W. Custom processor made by NVIDIA, 256 memory. Wi-Fi 6 LAN, or Wi-Fi 6 and wireless LAN. Maximum resolution. Oh, okay. Maximum resolution, 4K, 60 FPS, or 120 hertz when it's 1080p or 1440p. So it is saying it's supporting 1440p. I know it's really small. I'm gonna try and read it for you. It's 334 US. Dragoon is almost worth it to import one. Audio output 5.1. Stereo built-in microphone. Power button, just 2 USB-C ports. Four pole stereo audio. No, 4-pole stereo, 3.5 millimeter. So there might be a headset. So I'm assuming this means that there might be a headset. Both Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch games can be inserted. I'm surprised that they didn't do any sort of like shape. I wonder if there's a shape difference so that you can't put the Switch 2 games into Switch 1. Yeah, nice that they claim 4K 120 is possible. I look forward to a single game hitting it and the rest barely doing 60. Well, what's The Tourist? What's that? Isn't there that one game, The Tourist, that's 8K and then yeah, I need to see it in action, but it's still nice that it's there. But again, well, Lilac, hold on, because you said everybody seems to be saying this, and I yeah, it's not 4K 120. They're specifically saying no, Lilac. They're specifically saying that it's only on 4K. It's only up to 60. Yeah, they said it in the trailer too. Video output maximum resolution 3840 by 2160 60 FPS. That's 4K. Supports 120 FPS when in 1920 by 1080 or 2560 by 1440. This is 1440p. This is 4K. Yeah, they specifically said, yeah, and it did say VRR up to 120. Yeah, they specifically said that 1080p and 1440p will go to 120. 4K will stop at 60. Which some of the other consoles do that too. Even PC games. There are PC games that sort of stop you right there. I mean, but PC games give you more flexibility. Multi-language. Items include Mario Kart. There you go. Okay, so that's just that. All right. All right, so hold on. I'm scrolling down to see if there's any more information. They mentioned Silk Song.
Aw,
that's kind of crazy. That's kind of wild that they mentioned Silk Song. It doesn't look like there's any more information. Nintendo account holders get preferential treatment when buying systems. I've already signed it. Wait, what? What did that say? What did he say? Hang on. Start shopping. Is there an email or something? No. Not only did they mention Silk Song, they said, yeah, they did say 2025. Switch OLED, Switch 2. So there's nothing on the hardware page yet. Okay. Yeah, I saw this thing from hang on. Oh, sign in with your Nintendo account to register your interest in purchasing a Nintendo Switch 2 system and select accessories from official My Nintendo store. We'll be in touch. Wait, okay, so hold on. Okay, so here we go. I followed the link here. Register interest. So okay, so check this out. So if you go to, yeah, so Wario64 has the link on Blue Sky. You can click the link and it'll take you to a page where you can register your interest. Was that a Boondocks reference? I don't know. I always heard that as a, what did he say? No, it's not a Boondocks reference. There's a live. I've seen a live action video of some guy saying that. See, they're really taking notes on everything regarding how other companies communicate these things, even though they made mistakes like not saying the pricing or on the system or. Yeah, I'm really surprised they didn't say the price in the stream itself. I just looked at it again, and the presentation didn't say them separately when they talked about the screen. They said 4K, and then it went up to 120 hertz. It was Metroid Prime 4 and the quality. No, Lilac, they didn't say it verbally. It said it at the bottom of the screen. Hold on. I have it here. Where is it? No, because I called it when it happened. I said it when it actually happened. Oh no, wait, that's the overview. Oh wait, is this a different video? Or did they just re-upload this video? Is this a different video that's on their website? No, this is just the one from the trailer. Okay. Oh wait, is it in that video? Hold on. Has anyone given Uncle the price yet? $450 and then $500 for the bundle
The
system.
Nintendo Switch 2 system can adapt to suit your situation. However you like to play. Green. Up to 120 frames per second, allowing for smoother gameplay in supported titles.
Hold on. Did they say the 4K part?
In greater detail, approximately.
Oh no, because they're gonna 120.
The screen is more vivid and supports a connect SR buttons only. Dicks, even more
You say
ways to
dicks?
play in compatible games. To support mouse.
Did I skip it? I might have skipped it.
Chat. It also uses noise
It's
canceling technology to
444
filter
for the 4K
sounds,
stuff.
so your voice will come through clearly. Save data.
Here we go.
Use the Nintendo Switch 2 dock to connect to your
4K
TV
resolution
and
HDR
enable
available
up to
in all games.
4K resolution for compatible games.
Wait, hold on. Even if the software does not support 4K resolution natively, it is possible to upscale and output to 4K if the television supports it.
HDR is also
Frame rate is it? There it is. I don't know if I can get rid of that. Frame rate is a
HDR is also
frame rate is fixed to a maximum of
TV
60
mode.
FPS for 4K output. Yeah, they said that there. Yeah, I knew I saw 1440p. Yeah. Okay, so 1440p will also work with 120, but 4K will not. Nintendo first party $80? Is that what they're saying? Oh. Sorry, cracked my back a little. I hope that's not what they're saying. That'll suck. Although I know with Nintendo, like when we talked about the $70 thing, Nintendo had like one or two games that were $70 and everything was still 60 and even less. We know Mario Kart is 80, no word on the others yet. That's super interesting. I wonder why it would be that much. It's on the website. I'm on the website here. I don't have anything. Let's see if there's a specific part of the website for the Switch 2. That's to watch the Switch 2 presentation. Oh, here's the... Oh, there's all these Ask the Developer things. They're on the website now. Oh, that's right. There's a Nintendo Switch 2 specific website. I'm on the regular Nintendo website. Switch 2. Switch 2. Do you have a link for that? Can somebody send me the link for Switch successor? Reject all non-essential cookies. First look trailer. Oh, wait, I think I have it. No, this is just for the trailer. And this talks about the Nintendo experiences and stuff. Yeah, I don't have it. So no, it's not $80. Mario Kart World is 89.80 yen, which is $60. Yeah, 89.80 is yeah. Seems only the Japanese Switch is region locked. They do not want people importing the cheaper Switch. I can't argue with them for that one. Oh yeah, Metro. Oh, that's a good notice, Marcos. I didn't even think about that. That means Metroid Prime 4 is not at launch, which makes sense if they're gonna save room for Mario Kart. Because your Terra's oh yeah, you're right, Dragoon. I wonder if they changed if they didn't mention the prices because of that. That's kind of interesting. Oh man. But yeah, I overall I think that was a pretty good presentation. Oh wait, I got an update on my Nintendo. I just got an update on my Nintendo Today app that says the Nintendo Direct presentation is about to begin. Okay, Nintendo app. You're a little behind the times when you were the one controlling the news. Why did I just get a notification for that? Flat beat for me could have been better, but still pretty solid. Yeah, on schedule. Altered Beast Online Community Day. We're going to see a big price difference for the U.S., so I'm not shocked why prices never got mentioned because it was going to look bad. Issue is they don't do straight conversions. If they did, the UK and EU would pay the same number. US making us pay a lot more. Yeah, you can't do that. Blaze, thank you so much. Oh, Blaze, maybe it was you. Blaze, thank you so much. In the hunt with a tier 1 subscribe for 60 months. Thank you so much, Blaze. I appreciate it. Blaze, were you getting over COVID? Were you getting over COVID? Call me Emma Stone because that was an easy A. Yeah, that's an A for me. I think it was an A. If you say B, I think that's fine. I think that there's, obviously if you just don't care about certain things, you're still getting over it. Okay, so you were the Jason that was getting over COVID. I'll put the link in Discord. Hold on. Hello? There you go. Is that... I got this stupid... I hold on. This there we go. Nintendo... Wait. Copy? Hang on. Paste and go. Okay, so this is... yeah, this is it here. I want to see where it says Mario Kart $80 that a bunch of people are saying, because it does not say that. Games. Mario Kart available. Learn more. All right, there's a specific Mario Kart page. Hold on. Oh my God! Just scroll to the bottom, and then go up. Hey, they gotta make the racing wheels. Remember the wheels? $449. That's for the thingy. No, yeah, $79.99 MSRP. It says it right here. Yeah, Mario Kart World. Available June 5th, $79.99. It does say that. And it says dollars. All right. That does actually say that. Do we think that's going to be the standard for all games, though? Hold on. Let me check the Donkey Kong one, because the Donkey Kong game is on here, too. Donkey Kong. Video about this game. That could be a placeholder price. Oh, wait. It did have an asterisk with it. So let me... Okay, the Donkey Kong 1 page is not working. Hang on. What does the asterisk mean? Manufacturer suggested retail price, actual price may vary, but that's what they're going to charge. Okay, that's all that means. All right, so we'll see what happens with that. So for the UK, it's $512.44, and base is $556 for base and $556.40 for the Mario one. So once again, UK gets screwed. Lilac, yeah, but you have free healthcare, so. Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom enhanced upgrades are free for Switch 2 online expansion pass members. Oh. Anybody got the price in euros yet? Wouldn't that be in euros? Wouldn't it be 450 and 500 in euros? Or is it 399 and 400 in euros? Nice. There's going to be a lot of information coming out over the next few days. And they're supposed to be doing tree houses for the next 2 days, right? They're supposed to be doing those Nintendo Treehouse things. Yeah, I mean, it's going to depend on other stuff, too, so. Crack my back a little bit here. I'm going to be a couch potato. I can't. Unfortunately, I have to work, but what time did they say when the Nintendo Treehouses are going to be? Nintendo Treehouse 2025, April 3rd. 10 o'clock Eastern. Okay, so 10 o'clock, 10 a.m. tomorrow and Friday. So, yeah, I'll probably come right home and I'll just start sitting and watching those. Maybe we'll stream. Maybe I'll go. I have to work both days, so maybe I'll go live once I get home and we can watch some of it together. Also to the painful $79.99, I again blame U.S. tariffs. Yeah, I wonder if that's going to be. But again, I think the thing that I'm focusing on is that Nintendo does regularly make games that don't cost the full price, right? So they do it from time to time. The tariff thing always kind of bothers me, though, and this is the problem that I've had with digital gaming. I think the tariff thing bothers me because tariffs don't matter if you're selling digital games, right? It's not like you're shipping me a physical copy of a game. So I don't think that the tariff excuse should matter. I think I'd be happier, considering the tariff issue, I think I'd be happier if it was like 60 and then 70 or 80. If it was 60 or 70 for digital and then 80 for the physical or something. Orange tariffs, yeah. They do because they're treated the same. Yeah, they matter. They're selling you a product. I know that's how they look at it, but like when we say tariffs, right? When we complain about tariffs raising the prices, why do tariffs raise the price? They don't raise the price because of digital aspects. They raise the price because of physical aspects. Like, unless I'm getting it wrong, like if I'm understanding it wrong, do tariffs affect digital product? Right? We're not charging for physically shipping games here or physically shipping them around. I just don't know. I genuinely am not really sure why tariffs would affect digital development and distribution of a video game or of any property. Like, Netflix doesn't cost more because of tariffs, right? They're not shipping me movies on Netflix and Disney Plus. Granted, those companies are just raising their prices on their own, but it's not like those services cost more because of tariffs. Yeah, Marcos, that's what I'm thinking. They shouldn't, but corporate America will find a way. They want the same amount of money for the game regardless of tariffs raising prices. It just means digital goes up too because companies are greedy. So let's call it what it is. It's not because tariffs are raising the prices for a digital game. It's because they're greedy. I just want to make sure that we're calling it exactly what it's supposed to be. Netflix isn't selling you a product; they are renting you a product. That does kind of make sense. Isn't Netflix based in the U.S.? I don't know. Is it? I would assume it is, but. Tariff is kind of because the digital product is still entering the country. Tariffs are imposed by countries to mitigate international products from competing with domestic products. Tariffs are raising prices for physical, so digital goes up because of greed. Yeah, like that's what it is. That's what it is. I'm sure they could separate it if they wanted to. Which one thing that I think that needs to be, I always point this out with Nintendo is that they have gotten better with sales. They have got. I don't think we're going to get any sales for the Switch 2 games for a long time, but they have gotten better with first-party games going on sale, 30-40% off and stuff. So they do that from time to time. If this was Nintendo from 5 years ago, I would probably be complaining a little bit more. Donkey Kong Bonanza is $70. See, okay, I couldn't find that on the webpage. The webpage wasn't working when I checked it. So Donkey Kong Bonanza is $70. So yeah, they're getting the Mario Kart money because they know they're going to get Mario Kart money. Not to mention there also is the digital console, because I'm going to try and get the bundle, which means it's going to be $50. They aren't even renting a product. You're just letting you. Yeah, you're kind of right, Somber. They're not even really renting you the movie because you're not downloading it. You are watching it from their servers. Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. I'm going to be the odd one and say this is not on the corporation side. It's governments that are promoting commercial wars and speculation. Stone, I always say that this is, I say that it's on the corporate side, but there doesn't need to be any conspiracy. I won't really get into this because this is beyond where I like to get these discussions to go to. But years and years ago, there was a thing with George Carlin. George Carlin did a bit about it. And he was on an interview or something, and he talked about how there doesn't need to be some grand conspiracy. It doesn't need to be the government trying to organize these things. It's just companies just look at each other and they realize what they're all doing, and then they just all do it together. Like it doesn't have to be some sort of government thing competing with, what did he say? Competing with U.S. produced digital content, or no, that was you. Governments that are promoting commercial wars. It doesn't need to be governments promoting commercial wars. It's just companies looking at each other, raising prices and saying, we can do that too. It's the two gas stations right across the street from each other, right? They each sell gas for $1, and then one of them sells it for $1.05, and the other one says, oh, I can sell it for $1.05. And you know what I mean? And then they just go back and forth. And then by the end of the week, they're both selling it for $2 because they control it and they decide to do it. Like that's really how I look at it. My presentation felt very lackluster. It doesn't feel like a new console, more like a Switch. Yeah, that's what somebody else said earlier. I can say that. I can say that this feels more like a Switch Pro, but it's a damn good Pro. It really is a good Pro. And I say that if it's to the level where the entire library is going to be exclusive games, it's a new system. It's a Pro, but it's the greatest Pro you've ever seen. Here we go. Oh, look. Wait a minute. Oh, wait. Hold on. I think the digital is going to be cheaper. According to... Who just posted this? Somber. Somber just posted this in the Discord. According to this, in the UK, Mario Kart World is going to be £74.99 physical and £66.99 digital. And then Donkey Kong is $66.99 physical and $58.99 digital. So I wonder if the digital is going to be cheaper. Is Nintendo finally doing it? Oh, this is actually here it comes. I have said before, if they really genuinely wanted to push an all digital future, they would have been selling digital games for cheaper. They would have been doing this a very long time ago. If there was this true push to make an all digital future, companies would have been selling digital products for cheaper than physical a long time ago. That's so much conspiracy theory if governments are actively announcing it's their intent. Yeah, Stone, you're right about that. Like, it's not really conspiracy theories if they're just like, this is what we're doing. Or Stone, or if we call them out on what they're doing and they go, yeah. People calling a Switch Pro and not a Switch 2. I mean, it kind of is, right? It's not grand conspiracy when we're actively seeing said tariffs and being told this is exactly what they said they would do. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's again, I can't get into it, but I'm currently going for it, but I say the jump in quality is way more valuable than the PS Pro motto. Definitely due to Nintendo's technical issues, but it makes the jump more noticeable. Yeah, you're kind of right. Yeah, I see what you're saying there. The PS4 Pro, the PS4 regular to the Pro, and the PS5 regular to the Pro is not as noticeable as the switch to the Switch 2 / Switch Pro. But the problem is because the Switch is, at this point, aging hardware. I said time and again, we say this. They did sell cheaper at first. Brick and mortar stores cried and they were going under because of it, so they raised a little. They raised a little to be more competitive. Didn't see a shift in sales and pushed again until the gap was gone. This was the start of digital gaming in 360 and PS3. See, I always forget that because I wasn't really paying attention to the digital market. I mean, the problem now, Lilac, is that the physical markets are dying no matter what anybody does. Stores have just stopped selling physical games. People just aren't buying physical games as much anymore. So now there's kind of no need to not do it. Then you want to switch to was, yeah, and that's true. For anybody saying, oh, it's just the Switch Pro, but that's kind of what we wanted. Everybody said, I don't really want any crazy gimmicks. I don't want anything silly. Just make a better Switch. And they kind of did. They got some cool features in there, the mouse feature and stuff, right? Is Donkey Kong Bonanza a DK64 sequel? I don't think so. It was very different on its own. Yeah, physical dying and digital has no incentive to reduce. Yeah, that's kind of the other problem there. You didn't call the PS5 a PS4 Pro. No, that was all brand new. But there is a PS4 Pro to the PS4 and a PS5 Pro to the PS5. And they were an upgrade. Well, the PS4 was an upgrade, but I did. I mean, and Blue, some people kind of did. I mean, what did I say earlier? When I got a PS5, I treated it like a better PS4. The thing I was most excited about on the PS5 was playing my PS4 games. To Cage point about this, the digital product is tariff tax because it's competing with the U.S. produced digital content. That does kind of make sense. Where's the Xbox One X2 Super Saiyan? The PS5 Pro is worthless. There really isn't even any point in talking about it. I mean, yeah. As far as the games go, I mean, Cyberpunk is kind of wild. Elden Ring is kind of wild. I think some of the less technical games are less wild, right? Yakuza 0 is not like, oh my god, Yakuza 0. It's, but I think some of the more enhanced ones. I think Remake is cool. I think 7 Remake is a really, really good one. I kind of think that they should have said that Rebirth was coming also. I really do think that they should have at least put that out there, that Rebirth is coming. But I think it's big. Split Fiction is neat. Was hoping for Final Fantasy IX Remake reveal direct. I feel sorry for anyone who gets Cyberpunk on Switch 2 thinking it'll work. Maybe it will work, though. That's what's wild. The U.S. argues you just make games for the U.S. and U.S. Yeah, and that literally doesn't change anything. It actually kind of makes it worse. Surprised Metaphor wasn't there in the port line. I thought for sure that and Persona 3 Reload were going to be there. At least to show off some enhancements or something. Oh, but the Switch 2 version of Yakuza 0 is getting new content. I just mean from a technical standpoint. I mean from an aspect of I can't believe it's running on this. You know what I mean? Ooh, Gold. Good catch. We didn't hear anything about any sort of DLSS. There was nothing in there about any sort of software enhancement. Website says Switch 1 controllers are compatible with the Switch 2. Drift and all? I can bring my Drift from the Switch 1 to the Switch 2? Fantastic. I can't wait. Okay. I think that's probably gonna do it for today. Yeah, I don't think we'll do anything else. Can you guys like Metaphor and Rebirth some slack because they did just come out this year, so why announce in progress ports when the list of games is already pretty packed? I don't know. I would have liked to hear something about it. What's DLSS? DLSS is it's like frame gen upgrading. It's like upgrading games on a software level. Yeah, it's a trick to try and close the gap on poor frame rates, whereas pure hardware is better. Yeah, it sort of like I'm gonna act like a technical person, even though I'm not a technical person here, and say that DLSS. Some companies have their own version of it, but it's basically like a mid-frame generation. So you've got 30 frames per second. If you create a frame in the middle of all of those, you have 60 frames per second. But it's not true. Those frames aren't actually there. Yeah, it tries to hypothetically create frames in the middle of frames so that the frame rate looks better and smoother. But it's got a lot of problems. It does have a lot of problems. So people claiming it's only Switch Pro, and what the hell is Switch? It's only a Switch Pro. Yes, that's exactly what everybody wanted. Frame gen is different. Okay, DLSS takes very low internal resolution. It uses AI to upscale it to a higher resolution. But isn't that how it does it? By creating frames in the middle, but like fake frames, basically. DLSS is super sampling. It's a better version of TAA. Frame gen is different. Yeah, I thought DLSS was a version of that. Or like DLSS and FSR. Is it FSR? I thought they were all just like frame gen. I thought that's what they were. Frame gen adds fake frames. I just thought DLSS was a version of that. So you're going to be cheaper and consider going all digital this time. Switch Pro point, if it's going to be radically different, it wouldn't be called the Switch 2. It's part of the whole tech battle. It looks better, but not better to play. So 60 FPS game with 120 frame gen will still play as if you're playing 60 FPS. Yeah. Frame gen is a feature of DLSS 4. Okay. Oh, the responsiveness. Oh, it's a fake resolution. Okay. So fake frames and fake resolution. Okay. All right. But I think that's probably going to do it for today. I don't think we'll. I was thinking about whether or not I wanted to do something else, but no, I think I'm just going to take a break here. All right. Give me a second here. Let me see where to send you. Boundary break. Is John still streaming? I don't think John's still streaming, right? Haunted. Elliot's playing Dead by Daylight. I'll send you there. Hang on. Time to watch seven different reactions now. I know, that's kind of what I do too. I remember when the Switch was the Zelda machine at launch, even with Mario Kart 8 there. This is the same vibe, only with enhanced editions. I'm rewatching the direct. John logged off an hour ago. I think he's still in voice chat, on Discord. So I thought that's what he was doing. Metroid Prime 4 Switch 2 edition makes the Switch 1 pointless. I mean, for us, right? The Switch 1 is going to end up being kind of pointless. Not pointless. Obviously, a lot of people are still going to play it, but he didn't see Final Fantasy 14 on it and rage logged. All right. But I think that's going to do it for today. Right? That should be good. All right. So, Well, before we go, I want to just talk to you very, very, very briefly. Sorry, closing some windows. So, I want to talk to you very briefly, and I want to first of all say thank you. Thank you for all the love and support for everything that has been coming out. It has been kind of a weird year for me so far, and not in a good way. I will say this again for anybody that followed on Blue Sky. We lost Sage a few days ago on Saturday, and then I am going through some stuff with my job right now where I don't know where my job is going to be. I know that my job is dissolving in the next month, but I also don't know if I'm going to still have a position within the company or if I'm going to have to find another job. It's been a very, very uncertain time right now. It's probably, I would argue that this is probably the most uncertain my life has been in kind of a while. Part of that is because I don't know, with a new job, I don't know what my situation is going to be as far as streaming. I don't know if I'll be able to stream as much, if at all. Or I would say as much. I would just say as much, because I think that no matter what my schedule is going to be, I think that I would still be trying to stream. I don't know how regular it would be. You know what I mean? Wishing you the best. If you need help, let us know. I always need some help. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, life is just very unbalanced right now, and it's sort of wobbly, and I'm kind of like, I move this way, and then I move this way, and I hope it just stabilizes, but which is, one of the reasons I've been taking a break from streaming, and so I hope to come back and start streaming a little bit more regularly, just to sort of round out, what's going on. And like I said, I don't know if and when, when a new job is going to make itself known and then be available. So I just wanted to thank everybody for all of the support for that. As far as the streams go, I think I want to I'm going to take the rest of this week and relax a little bit. I think next week I'll probably try and do a couple of streams throughout the week, and we'll see what's going to happen. I don't know that I want to jump into anything consistent. So my plan originally was to jump into Kingdom Hearts. I was actually going to start playing Kingdom Hearts 1. So I don't know if I'm going to try and do that yet. So we'll see what happens, and more than likely it'll just be like, we'll do some rivals, we'll play, we missed a bunch of community days, so maybe we'll do some community stuff, we'll play some Mario Party, play some Mario Kart, right? We got to get as much use out of the Switch 1 as we possibly can, since we're about to throw ours in the trash, right? Yeah, a Link to the Past, I just finished, I'm about to finish another Link to the Past randomizer, so maybe I can play one on stream. So I just wanted to give you a heads up. Like I said, if you follow on Blue Sky, and I'll try to update on Discord, I'll let you know what the schedule is going to be. Hey, donate your Switch 1. No, I have sentimental attachment to my Switch 1, so I wouldn't do that. Oh, in a raffle. You can't take some time. Take one step at a time. Yeah, I mean, that's really all I can do. You know what I mean? I'm just trying not to fall on my face. You know what I mean? Your friend just texted me a picture of the cow driving a Mario Kart World. Catching your mom is in Mario Kart. Okay. I saw you said you were doing Link to the Past run on Blue Sky. I was playing Link to the Past on the Switch, but then I got busy at work, so I couldn't play it anymore. But I noticed what happens is every time I play Link to the Past vanilla, all it does is make me want to play a randomizer. And it kind of drives me crazy that I can't play a randomizer unless I'm at home. So that kind of makes me laugh. Unless I had a Steam Deck, and then I could play randomizers all day long. But for right now, I'm going to send you over to Elliot. Elliot is playing Dead by Daylight. So stick around after the credits, and I will send you over there to hang out and represent us very well. Thank you once again, everybody, for stopping in and for hanging out, and for all of the love and support over the last week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and forever for the 7.5 years we've been streaming. So yeah, I don't really have anything else to say. So thank you all again. Don't forget to drink your mask, wear your water, social distance whenever possible. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and I will see you all probably next week, most likely next week, maybe a little bit sooner.